Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers, and you could take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers, and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished. Because we got each other.
Beyond Wednesdays, we got the things to do. Beyond Wednesdays, bring the Wednesday night review. Comics and collectibles, and sometimes comedy too. Yes, it's Beyond Wednesdays, so sit down, what else you gonna do?
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What is good, everybody? Welcome to another Beyond Wednesdays Wednesday night review. Hanging out with the crew. Like, I know what to do. That's pretty bad.
So many beards tonight, guys. So many beards.
Hey, at least we're not all. At least we're all wearing black. I got the memo tonight. Tonight.
Matching.
Good call.
We're ready to start a boy band.
Dudashka's not here to punk everybody into a different color. Right. Or the standard big man fit, right? That's what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Two hours early. This feels kind of different, right?
I kind of like it. Not gonna lie. Feels nice. Feels really nice.
Hey, listen. It is.
We all snack.
Yeah, we're here for good reason, you guys. For good reason.
It's early for somebody.
Yeah, it's really early for somebody. For our first guest that we're going to bring out in a second here.
Or late. Or early.
Yeah, early, late, next day. He's
yeah.
living in the future. It is what it is. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. That session was excellent, as are all sessions. The only problem is it's starting to turn into the pits of hell out here in the Southwest. It's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
And 106 degrees or something like that out today.
Oh.
No, brutal. Thank you. Yeah, it is brutal. It's very brutal. I'm contemplating my next thing I need to buy is I'm going to get like one of those mini split air conditioning systems. So I'm all geeking out over air conditioning systems. Fucking Jesus.
Dude, we just replaced ours all weekend, so I know all about it.
Oh,
Bro.
Wow.
Nightmare.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, thank you. But technology is fucking amazing. So
It is cool.
and it's funny because people are still saying it's cold out in the East United States. It's like, yeah, I wish I was there right now. I wish it was nice.
Seriously.
Yep, totally. All right. A lot of stuff going on in comics right now. New comic book day. We're going to go over new comic book day stuff, but we have a special guest with us tonight, all the way from Paris, France, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Tarusov.
Hey, everyone.
How you
What's
doing,
up,
brother?
dude?
Welcome.
So, Andrew, there is something very interesting about your career, man. I think that you're one of those people that that we really geek out over here, creator wise. And one of the things that I really respect about you is that, like, you're an artist through and through, creator through and through. But what's very interesting is you have this very like Americana pinup, but very Americana style.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking to you. You're over in Paris, France. You by way of Russia initially, and then Germany, and then France. Is that how it works?
No, actually, I lived in Los Angeles for 5 years.
Oh, there we
So
go.
maybe that's why you have this. And yeah, I have this feeling because my like famous Pinupocalypse comics I started doing it when I moved to LA, and I was inspired by it so much, by landscapes and architecture and everything. So yeah, maybe. But I loved pinup all the time since childhood, because maybe I grew up in Russia, and in Russia it's really dark and cold and gray everywhere. So when I first saw these beautiful images in the book, somewhere in the bookstore, I fell in love in these beautiful ladies, and how they were drawn, very colorful, very sexy and beautiful. Yeah, with a lot of bright colors.
Yeah, absolutely
And
beautiful.
yeah,
Very bright.
That's captured my mind.
Oh yeah. We love it. I mean, I remember I got to be honest, I think there was a moment, and we're going to jump forward here in a second, but I want to talk about this because he's here with us right now, and it's a very big part. And whenever I think of your art, in my head I used to see Pinupocalypse art, right? Now I still see Pinupocalypse art, but you know what I see in my head? I see your sketch art because of a show that you did with Big Leg. I believe was that San Diego? Where was it?
LA
LA.
Comic-Con.
LA
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
That was like the moment to me where I went, holy cow, this guy's the real deal. You not only are an artist, you draw, you're traditional, you can draw traditional, you utilize new technology, and a lot of your stuff digital too as well, obviously, right, with comics. Your writing as well. Your remarks fucking blew me away. Leg, I don't know if you can send me a couple of pictures
I'm
of those
trying.
remarks. Yeah, here's one right
Give me
here.
a second while I try to get another. Cloud
Look at
thing's
that.
messing up. So
That's a remark, you guys. That is
Crazy.
yeah.
Looks so good.
I think that's the safest one I can show you. The other ones aren't very safe.
Which I love. Talk about, how did you initially realize that you wanted to draw, and is that something that's always been a part of you? You always drawing, or something you picked up later on?
Yeah. It was always been a part of me, like since 3 years old or something like that. So yeah, I just went to art school. Then I went to art college, maybe because I have a lot of training. That's why I have like good techniques, and I can draw pretty fast. I went to art college, and then I studied in university. I studied also painting and computer graphics, and also film theory. So that's why I love writing as well, because I studied in Russian State University of Cinematography and the New York Film Academy.
Yeah, I think that's a common progression, right? Like a lot of the creators out there, they just they're in so many different aspects, and I think that like writing comics, and or writing, movies or scripts, or it's kind of interchangeable. It ends up happening a lot, and I'm not surprised by that. I got a buddy who's really into filmmaking and stuff, and I think that's one of those new creative outlets that's just absolutely fantastic. Do you still have like thoughts of going into that world, being part of that world? I mean, because you have your own IP with Pinupocalypse, maybe we'll at some point get some option news. And
yeah, I would love to. I would definitely, if someone would buy rights to make a movie, I would definitely would love to see it. I have my favorite directors who I think might be good at it. And also I would love to be part of like production team somehow, maybe like I don't know.
Yeah, have some part of it.
Yeah, maybe like not co-director, but maybe like co-writer or something like that, or maybe just producer. I don't know how to call it, like just supervising stuff.
Yeah.
Producer, yeah.
I mean, that's seems like I could see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised. Where does you mentioned how you spent all that time in LA? How old were you during that time period, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh God, I don't remember. I like since 30 until 35, something like that.
Wow. So this really then like being in LA, because Pinupocalypse is LA through and through, right? I mean, there was moments where I can't remember what book it was. You guys might remember, but it was so LA that when we were talking, it was so California, so LA, that we were talking about it, and we were like, we see quintessential New York books. We see a lot of those. This is like the LA cover right here, and no doubt. It's very interesting, man. And you said that it plays a big role in the design of the story and stuff. What was it like being out there, and what were you out there for?
I was there because my ex-wife, got into film school and AFI, American Film Institute, and she studied there for 2 years, and I came there with her, and then I got my own O1 visa. It's like visa for talented people. So yeah, and then I just lived there and worked and with Adam on like comic conventions and projects.
Yep. We met at LA Comic Con, Stan Lee's Comic Con, back when it was Stan Lee's.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Kamikaze. Yeah. Yep.
Andrew, you mentioned some of your sort of dream casting. Who are some of your favorites? If you could sort of dream cast actresses, or for these types of roles, who would you put in there?
Oh God, it's hard to say, because when I started it in 2015, it's a lot of actresses that I imagined back then are now like much older.
Gravity.
Yeah. So maybe for now, I don't know, for the Foxy, for the red-haired lady, maybe the girl from the Stranger Things, the Max.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her like real name.
Oh yeah, Millie Bobby
Sadie
Brown.
Sink.
Millie Bobby
Sadie
Brown. Oh,
No,
Sadie
Sadie
Sink.
Sink.
Sadie Sink.
Yeah. But now she's older. I guess she's more suitable for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. I get it. That's cool.
And for Roxy, maybe some hot Latina. I don't know.
I'm gonna find that cover as we're going through all the covers for Pinupocalypse. And can you explain the story just real quick on Pinupocalypse? Because I think obviously it's the thing that most of us kind of had our eyes open to you, and it's actually a really good story and fun story. And the interior art, the covers, everything about the series has been great. As a matter of fact, we've had Michael Calero from Massive on, but and I feel like, this is kind of the quintessential. When I think of Massive Publishing, like this is what I think of right here, and so explain the story a little bit and what it's about.
The story is pretty simple, actually. It's two pinup girls fighting zombies and aliens at the end. So, it's inspired by sci-fi movies from 50s, from B movies.
Yeah.
And I just decided to combine everything I love in one thing.
Yeah.
So I love pinup girls. I love retro cars and LA vibe. I love this funny monsters from old movies. And what else? Yeah, Ed Wood movies where
Yeah, hell yeah.
the
I was just
shelters
You
on
was-
the string, like
I was just watching
something like that.
I got caught in some YouTube rabbit hole about film, and a thing came up on Ed Wood, and I was just watching a YouTube thing and geeking out over Crybaby, that old school movie Crybaby with Johnny
yeah.
Depp. Remember that? Yeah.
Johnny Depp
Yeah.
and Tracy Lords.
Yeah, Tracy Lords. yeah. That's
One of the
another
only things
thing.
of age she did.
I mean, what? Say that again, Leg?
One of the only things where she was of legal age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, what a crazy movie that was. And that was like, years after, he really put in all of his really good independent film work. That was kind of like his magnum opus for all that stuff. No, I'm thinking of John Waters. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking of
John
Ed Wood.
Waters.
I'm thinking of John Waters. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah. I apologize. But Ed Wood is kind of in that realm, right? He was like that. He's like that's who John Waters is, the Ed Wood of the 80s, 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
Ed Wood was doing that shit in the 60s. Yeah.
Or
This
even
is
50s.
50s. So this is what here's the other thing, and we were kind of chatting about this a little bit. You love the female form, my friend. You fucking love the female form, and guess what? So do I. And that's why I love your art. It is very sexy. Just beautiful. There's something about the female form. It's like, even females love the female form. It's so beautiful. You know what I mean? There's something about it, and you do it in a fun way. And I think it's, I love it, man. I love it. How can you not like this stuff? And then you told us backstage, and I mean, this is kind of cool. Your wife, I believe, is a burlesque dancer as well. So, man, you live it too.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to not only be in my fantasies and my comics. I'm trying to at least visit like some events or be a little bit a part of this world. Yeah, same as my Swinging Island stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that, because this is the new Kickstarter right here, and Swinging Island Volume 2. Tell us about Swinging Island. What's Swinging Island about? This is great.
Yeah, thanks. So Swinging Island started as a project on my Patreon, because I wanted to do comics so people can stay on my page, because I just drew like funny pictures, pin-ups before, and then people came to my page, downloaded all the stuff they wanted, and they left. And then I decided, okay, I need something so people can stay on my page longer and pay like every month. So I decided to start doing comics, and I started doing Pinupocalypse and Swinging Island at the same time. And Pinupocalypse was more like teenage friendly, and not teenage, but like older, young adults maybe. And Swinging Island was more adult story for guys who love more hardcore erotic.
18 plus, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the story started about the couple who's visiting nudist beach for the first time, and they meet another couple there with more experienced guys who's visiting the same beach, and nobody else is there. So they have a moment together and starting to, doing some activities. And that's pretty simple first book. And I did the Kickstarter for it, and it was also big success, and I printed it myself. And then French publisher and German publisher bought rights to publish it in France and Germany. So, and now we are doing the second book published in France, and now the third book is published in France. I just got it today from the publisher. It's not on sale yet, but yeah, the story is going and happening. Yeah.
Well, what I like about this is it's kind of and I hit on it just a little bit at the earlier, is that like you're kind of like that case study in creators don't need permission anymore. You know what I mean? Like you've done all this on your own through online social media, and working and going to cons and selling your art, and you're also successful in other parts of the art world, which is kind of maybe is one of the reasons why you're like, hey, I'll just do this on my own. I'll go print it on my own. The thing that's interesting is you also built your audience like that, like immediately you started building your audience that way. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So yeah. I think a lot of people, and what I mean by that is a lot of people now collect Andrew Tarusov, art or stories rather than just Pinupocalypse or Pleasure Island. They're buying all your stuff, which is what creators want. It's ideal.
Yeah. Maybe my fans or people who buy and collect my stuff, they love my approach, which is, I think I love total freedom in everything I do. Like, I just want to do whatever I want. It's really important for me. So no boundaries. What I really want to do, I'm just doing it. Then I love funny stories. I love like very, very like not easy, but
humorous. Yeah, humor. Yeah,
humorous. Yeah, narrative and really like easygoing story. And I love good art. I love when it's drawn really well. So when I'm buying books of other artists myself, I really love. I really want it to be drawn really well. So that's what's important to me. That's what I'm trying to do as well.
Well, we just got a super chat from another creator. Dominic Glover says, with a $9.99 super chat, Andrew's genuinely one of the hardest working artists I know. He did an amazing cover for my book, Monkey with a Katana, and I'd love to see people support his Kickstarter. Hell yeah, brother. Nice little response from your peers.
Dominic.
So, I think it's awesome, man. I think that is kind of what is so cool, that nowadays that artists and creators can build their own fan base pretty quickly. Where in the past you were working on an IP, and you worked on that IP for a while, and then fans came because they noticed you on that IP. Where it feels like there's ways these days to kind of like do that a lot quicker and on your own and that type of stuff. You have like this, and you have a very striking style that is very easy to like, if that makes sense. I guess the best way to put it is like, I brought up the Americana, the pinup culture, but also like cartoon, like anime cartoons, just a little tiny bit of that, where comic fans we love to see, and which is great. Very comic book is the best way I can say it. Like, where did your life with comic books start? Were you a comic fan growing up?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I think that, like, I became hardcore. I always loved comics. We didn't have a lot of comics back in the 90s in Russia, so only like some people from other countries brought it, like one book in a year maybe. And yeah, I had some Spider-Man issues and some like Superman or Batman, like very, very few books, maybe five books in total during my childhood. And I studied all of them, like every page. And then in early 2000s, someone bought licensing for printing Gen 13 by Jeff Scott Campbell. And it was mind-blowing for me. I bought every issue, and it was like main comic book for the
Bro,
most of my
I love
life.
that
Yeah.
because that is us to a T. Like we grew up in that. A lot of us here grew up in that same. All of us
Yep.
grew up in that same time period. Gen 13 was the book for me that really, like, I remember when Gen 13 came out, how hot it was, and how like that was the only book I cared about
Yep.
for
Yeah, exactly.
easily 2 years. You know what I mean? It was unreal.
Yeah, it was just exploded.
I'm still surprised that hasn't been brought back or is utilized in some way. Those characters are utilized in some way because there's such a big nostalgia hit.
I mean, they've tried, but not well.
Yeah.
It's really too
But
bad.
what was the most recent attempt? It's been a while, right?
Well, I mean, didn't they had, like they put like Grifter's been in like Batman backgrounds. I think they had like Caitlin Fairchild in like a Superman book or something like that, but like as a background character.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they had Grifter in New 52.
Yeah, but wasn't he
But
from
I think he's been in
Wildcats,
there since then too, though.
or not Wildcats? Yeah, it was Wildcats, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Grifter
Wildcats.
was Wildcats. Fairchild wasn't. I don't think they've had anyone else in the stuff. It's been terrible.
Look how
Makes me mad.
we're gonna while we're talking about this, I'm just gonna click through some of these so we can remind everybody how amazing this series was. Like it
J.
was.
Scott Campbell, nonstop bangers.
I mean, I'm still one of the
And
things
interiors.
he did things that it was so ahead of its time. Let's just talk about. Obviously, his art is amazing, and it's just perfect. It's what most of our nostalgia is, but then on the side where he was one of the first people I ever remember really laying into the variant game. Now I'm catching a lot of heat right now for the variant game. We'll talk about this, more later. But I love variants. I've always loved variants. I think variants are fun, especially when they're done right. And J. Scott Campbell used to do them really cool. And it's the first time I ever remember there being like extra variants for a book that people would search out for that variant set that they did for, was it issue number 1, where these are all the variants they did. They did one of the very first, I think Panic, in my opinion, was the first one, but the sketch cover they did. The Jason Pearson, Janet Jackson homage. I remember this is like one of the first times I ever remember seeing homage covers,
Yeah.
Right.
Like look at all these. I mean, and he got all his favorite artists to do the covers, at the same time, which was really unreal. And it came in a cool collector set, just amazing.
Yeah. So it was very big inspiration. I just studied how he draws everything, how he draw eyes and noses and everything. And I think you can still see it in my style a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I met him not once, I met him several times, but I met him first time in 2017, probably in LA. And it was a big surprise for me. He said, "Yeah, I know you. I saw your images on the internet. I like them." I gave him some of my stuff. And now we follow each other. And I'm really a big fan of him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because I think one of the coolest things, and I talk about this a lot, where when you're around your peers or being able to collab with your peers and stuff like that, and there's something important about somebody that does that's into what you're into or does what you do. And I talk about this all the time, where like I see it with musicians. Like if there's somebody that plays guitar and another person plays guitar, like they'll gel a little bit. If you know a stand-up comedian and they run into another stand-up comedian, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, we're on a level. You know what I mean? And it happens with artists a lot. I love talking to artists about, and you kind of, their favorite artists and stuff. And you kind of brought up Scott, but one of the things that I think is awesome is you collab with an amazing artist we love over here, and that is Sveta Shubina. Talk about Sveta and how you met Sveta.
I never met her in real life.
No.
Yeah, only on Instagram.
See?
Yeah, because
we're not alone, you guys. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Yeah, she's actually from Russia as well, but now she lives in Ukraine, and yeah, that's why we never met. And so when I don't remember exactly when I first saw her works, maybe in 2018. I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah, I think she's a great artist, and sometimes I have this feeling a little bit that she's I really want to do works like she's doing for Dita Fontees, for example, or something, covers, but like not jealousy, but something like, yeah, I really would love it to do it, but she deserves it. And I mean, she's a great artist, and I think so. I don't want to. I love. I don't know how to say. I love to encourage people to talk to each other. I always try to say how great she is, and I never say anything, bad or something like. I don't know. I think it's very important to support each other.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Totally.
And I'm, even when I have feeling like, oh, she did Playboy cartoon, I really wanted to do Playboy cartoon like once in my life. but I just I'm just saying to her, and I really feel that like full support to you. I really happy that you're doing it. So
that's awesome.
I think more artists doing some stuff like Playboy cartoons or something like good covers. I think it benefits to other artists as well.
I think that you two, especially you two, there's a couple other artists that I feel that is way, like Bruce Timm, Hoffman, there's a couple other artists, that maybe Dean Yeagle, maybe there's a couple other that I feel like they're working through the ghosts of my favorite old school pinup artists like Elvgren and Vargas, and I feel like you and Sveta are very much in that vein, and I think that your style is very much your own, but you show you can in a certain way it feels like you're showing respect to those original artists that we all so much loved of drawing that female form. And at the same time, I also, what I also feel that I see a lot in your guys' art or maybe style is almost like a tattoo culture, like flash art and pinup art, and I've grown up with that style art, and I love that as well. And you have
I love when people. People doing tattoos is my art. I always like, that's because it's like forever on them, and and it's really, really cool. And sometimes they reimagine my style a little bit so it fits more like tattoo style, and I love how it looks like in a new way a little bit.
Have you seen any of your art be tattooed on people? Like people went, "Hey, I love this art so much. I want to get like something tattooed of it."
I saw photos. I don't remember
Wow.
in real life. But I saw a lot of photos.
That's awesome.
I have a folder on my computer with tattoos of people. Yeah, one guy made the whole back of like with my art, and yeah, and some doing sleeves like with. Yeah.
I love that, dude. I absolutely love that. I think that is I don't have any tattoos myself, but I am very much into that culture and into that art and stuff. I grew up in it out here in Arizona in a major way, and I think that it's cool how it's been more accepted, and we see this really cool style that comes out of art in a much different way in the tattoo world. Like it's very eclectic and then as you said, it's forever, and it's
Yeah.
special to people, which I love. It's funny though, at the same time, I give shit to shout out to James from Hive Comics, who owns a tattoo shop and is very much part of that culture as well. And I see people that just completely black out their old work, and I just feel like, oh man, that's so forever as well, and that work had to have meant something to you. And then I say to myself, okay, I understand it. If maybe it meant something to you, you don't want part of your life anymore. And it's very interesting, to see that culture. So shout out to that culture. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what James.
I'm a big fan of tattoos culture. I'm mostly old school style, but
Like traditional, yeah.
Yeah. But I really, really love it.
Brian, I did put pictures in the Google chat.
Okay. Yeah, this is him sketching. If you guys aren't following his social media, please go and follow it. Mods, if you get a chance, throw in his Twitter and his IG. If not, you can find it in the description below after the show. I'll make sure it's all there. That's another thing that's been very interesting about you and your career is you have utilized social media and connecting across the world through the internet very well. Can you talk a little bit about that and how important that is in your career?
Social media, yeah, of course, it's very important now. But I feel like I'm losing it because it's very complicated nowadays because of algorithms and because of shadow bans for not safe.
You can get trapped in them. You can get trapped in the algorithm, like literally, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And for example, if Instagram doesn't want to show your picture to other people, even your followers, they will never see it. So it's really hard nowadays. When I started back in 2015, it was easier. I just uploaded a bunch of pictures and people liked it and shared it, and it went to different viral websites, where when people send it to each other, series of my images.
Yeah,
it was easier. But now when you have to do like reels, you have to film yourself, you have to film drawing process and everything. It's really, really hard. Not the process of filming, but to edit it and to make everything correct so it will be shown to other people. And you never know, you may spend like 2 hours or 2 days on one video and nobody will see it. Or you can do some really quick sketch and Instagram will show it to everyone. So you never know.
This right here is the image leg that in my head, this is what I see. Like, just if this flashes in front of me. Alex, shout out to my boy Alex. He just dropped a $5 super chat. He said, Andrew should make a tattoo flash sheet. Have you ever thought of that? Of maybe making some tattoo flash?
I did actually. I did tattoo sketches. Let me find it.
Yeah, man, you need to put those up, or maybe
it's on my Instagram.
It's on your Instagram. Okay,
It's
Oh.
just you just have to scroll a lot.
Okay, we'll find that here in a second. But this is the
Brian,
image.
I did have a pickup just now.
Oh,
I got lucky.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Look
he
at
hasn't drawn
that.
on it yet, but I saw one. I saw somebody on eBay, and I was like, okay, that has to. So I think I only showed Adam.
Well,
But
this brings me to
I
my
can't even find the book. I saw PSA 9.8, and I was like, that's going on with me.
This brings me to my main question that I ask all creators that I get into, and that's their first work. And whoever bought this, congrats. I think this is a grail piece, in my opinion. The sketch on this is so damn good. And this is one of your earliest works. Now, I have a thing here at Beyond Wednesdays called the Beyond Wednesdays Creators First List, where I that's kind of like one of the things I love collecting. Like you love Gen 13, I love to find like creator firsts. Like Art Adams' very first professional work, or like the first time Neil Adams drew Green Lantern, stuff like that. And I'm not sure if we have you on the list real quick, but that is where I'm going with this. And that early Zombie Tramp. Can you tell me, talk about your creator first? And was that Zombie Tramp your very first professional work in comics?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Adam gave it to me. I think he should tell it. He knows it better.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's either Zombie Tramp. I think it is Zombie Tramp. And then the same year, I remember you did this one too.
All right,
the Arcana.
Oh yeah.
That? Yeah, you did this. You did this the same year. I only have this one. I had to buy this on eBay for $60. Like,
wow.
We never got these. We weren't
doing
our little. Yeah. But yeah, Zombie Tramp, I believe, is first, and then this came out shortly after. They were your first two comics, as far as I remember.
And that's what I got. I've got Zombie Tramp number 74, and that is freaking awesome. But here's what I really want to get into, because that's your first comic, right? Your pro comic art. Have you obviously had to have stuff published before that, because your reach around the art world is pretty big, man. You're in different pockets of the art world, especially out there in Europe. You do a lot of art books and stuff. Were you ever published in any art books before this?
In any art books before,
or magazines or anything?
You did calendars.
I did calendars. I was published in magazines. I worked for Russian agency, illustrators agency. So I did illustrators. Yeah, drawings for Cosmopolitan, for Maxim magazine. For
oh wow. I haven't thought of Maxim magazine in years. Holy cow. Welcome to thank you.
Forever.
Do you remember Maxim magazine? Oh my gosh, what a great magazine.
Bought them every month. It's funny.
Yeah, me too.
Off the newsstand, because I used to go look at magazines.
Yeah, I remember one of my favorite things to do back in that time period, in the early 2000s, and this is terrible, but to go get some dope, go get high, and then go hang out at a Barnes & Noble or a Borders in the magazine area and read all the fucking magazines, bro. That was right?
Amazing.
It was
actually
Tower Records and Barnes & Noble and college.
Yeah.
I remember my first work in magazine was in Citizen K magazine. It's a French magazine about fashion or something like that. And they hired me to do some illustrations in style of Soviet era, like propaganda posters.
Hell yeah.
So and it was in 2015 probably, or 14.
Andrew, if you can at some point, if you ever find an image of that book, please send it to me, because
I have PDF. I don't have the
PDF
original.
will work, because we've got 100 people watching right now that are like gonna want to find that type of stuff and look for that type of stuff. Yeah. So please send it to me.
Who's gonna find the first leg or me?
Yeah. I mean, like Andrew,
where's that Billy at?
Yeah, right. Right?
Yeah, the
So,
Billy cover I showed you.
Oh yeah, I haven't shown that to him yet. I have it on my phone, but I forgot to show him. There was a cover I didn't recognize, Andrew, or an image I didn't recognize
send it to
that
me,
I've never seen.
Adam, if you get it on Instagram, and I'll show it to everybody.
Yeah, let me find it.
But
Can
I mean, listen, Andrew, I think that we have done like a deep dive on your career, and I love that having an artist or a creator on for the very first time on the show to do that. But this is the new thing, and you've got 14 days to go. You've already met your goal, which is amazing, and
In 8 hours.
yeah, 8 hours,
Yeah.
which is great. Can you talk a little bit about Kickstarter and how important it is to have these crowdfunding, abilities to put out your art?
Yeah, it's very important because actually all my career was tied to this crowdfunding really closely. So I started doing calendars first, pin-up calendars, on not on Kickstarter but on Russian version of Kickstarter, and then I moved to Kickstarter, and it was always very, very good for attracting new people, for getting your work published and by yourself, but anyway, on real paper, And it's really, really important part of my business process, because I always first do digital stuff, then I do on my Patreon. So on my Patreon, people support me to create it like ongoing. I'm drawing every week, several new pages every week for like more than 10 years. Then I'm doing Kickstarter. I'm putting all these pages in one book. I'm doing Kickstarter. I publish it. I send it to my followers. Then I try to present this book to publisher, like to real publisher. Like, do you want it published in your language, or maybe in your language? And they like, yeah, we want to publish it in German or in French.
And that's exactly
how it works for me.
That's very important in this modern, comic book world and creator world. We see that a lot. Actually, we kind of really put you guys under a microscope over here because we love that type of creator. We love all creators over here, but when we see somebody that's putting in like the work where you're not only creating art, you're creating story, then you're actually your own, PR guy, you're crowdfunding your stuff, you're putting out on your own, you're creating this community. It's more of a community than a fan base. Like those are the things that is very important in the modern, comic book world right now. And, do you think that, well, let's just be honest here. And I want to ask everybody here, do you guys think that if, Instagram or the internet disappeared tomorrow, would the modern indie art scene collapse? Because it's one of the few things that is really pushing the modern, indie comic scene. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
It would definitely struggle. I think that it would go back to stuff like Alternative Press Expo, those type of shows that really, the fanzines especially, that sort of stuff is where it started, right? That's how San Francisco, Berkeley, started all of that with all their fanzines, and that's how that stuff got out. So I think it would have to resort back to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Yeah, it's really, once Image launched, the new wave of creator owned in the 90s, that really changed the dynamic, and I love that. Like it's given creators a platform to publish and get their stuff out there. But then Kickstarter is like a whole new level, to Andrew's point, the ability to crowdfund a project, from soup to nuts is amazing. And then also the connectivity that we see with writers, who may not have artistic talent, but maybe they're really great storytellers who can now find artists to visually tell their story is really neat. And vice versa. Maybe someone's a fantastic artist, but really doesn't know how to create the dialogue that's really moving or and capturing the feel for what they're looking for. And you can find people now, which is, 10 years ago would have been very difficult. It's really cool.
Tom says, I don't know why the redirects never work for me. I think you're saying links. I'll throw you mod privileges if you want to post links, Tom. That's the reason why moderators are able to post links. I just want to throw that in there. So shout out to all the people in the live chat. Yeah, I think it's very interesting, Mike. Like I look at not just the modern creator world, but like, the just modern period. I mean, I see what you're doing over at snick.com in the original art world. I see what creators are doing. We have Andrew on tonight. We had Brian Polito and Nick Barucci on not too long ago to talk about their Evil Ernie thing. And we have publishers on that really utilize this modern world, but we have other publishers that are like catching up. And I think that there's a little bit of both. You always have to have that history and that OG, knowledge. But man, there is something to be said with, social media and technology and how that pushes a lot of creators and businesses these days. It's very interesting.
Well, and then you see like the reimagining too, like with think about one of the hottest comic books out right now is Transformers, right? Like a property that's been around for a while. That's the story's been told over and over, but we're finding fresh new ways, to sort of see that, and that's awesome. I love that. So,
well, that being said, Andrew, you work. Thank you, Spider Guy Murph. Andrew, you work in a bunch of different genres. Pinupocalypse is kind of horror comedy. You have that retro art pinup style. Is there any of those genres that you really love to focus on, or that even scares you creatively? Like, that you might stay away from a little bit, that you're like, I'm not ready for that type of storytelling, or art.
I just love what genres I love myself. I love something dynamic like action. I love comedy. I love erotic stuff, and all together. So I love, exploitation movies.
Yeah, we see that. I think that, and we've talked about that before, where, and again, to go back to the tattoo world, this is kind of where I've always remember hearing this initially is, an artist is going to do their best work in creating something they love, or working on something they love, that they really enjoy. So I get that you're trying to key in on the stuff that you love, but could you ever see yourself doing a Transformers cover or anything like that? Something, weird, way out of your playbook?
I can do that. I think I don't want to do something very serious, when just people talking, or some drama series. Something like black and white, very dramatic. Something dull and boring.
Yeah.
I can do Transformers, so I would love to. I mean, I love mecha anime. I love this kind of stuff. So,
hell yeah.
So I think I would love to do that. I really love like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a bit different. Not girls. More like mutants.
Yeah.
But I would love to do something like that. Yeah. So,
hell yeah, bro. Yeah. And let's get into it real quick, because that's another thing that's been very interesting is this world of variant covers in comic books. And that's something that Pinupocalypse over the years has kind of, one of the things that has brought people. That's what the cover is supposed to do. A cover is you're supposed to walk into a comic shop or looking on a web page and you see that cover art and it's supposed to grab you. And I think that there's been this world of variant covers and artists and how important it is for them personally. What are your thoughts on the variant cover game? Do you have any thoughts on it?
I have my thought that it's very American thing.
Yeah.
That because in Europe here nobody cares about covers. They care what's inside. They don't care what's like. They have only one cover for a book. That's it.
That's fascinating.
They publish over and over like same book with same cover. Because they don't care about it. They just want to know what's inside. They want to know the story. It was a very big surprise for me that in America, when I visited last time for LA Comic Con, some people, they just didn't care what's inside. They just like, they want a cover. They never opened the book.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a bit strange because I really want to know what's inside, what's interiors look like, what story is about. Yeah, but I think it's very good for artists that they're gonna have extra money because of that.
Yeah.
And it's good for collectors. I think it's interesting, and I think maybe in Europe they should have at least 2 or 3 covers for a book, because even for me it will be interesting to buy a book with something different.
I love that, man. I love hearing that take on it. I think that most purists, comic book purists, agree with that take. Like, you know, they want people reading books. And you know, I don't think there's any true comic fan out there that wouldn't agree with that. But at the same time, it's pretty cool to see that we have been, you know, our introduction to a lot of our favorite artists nowadays have been through variant covers and through the cover art craze and the collectability of comics, which is very interesting.
If not the variant covers, I wouldn't do a lot of cool covers I did. For example, I did Vampirella like a couple months ago. This one, The Army of Darkness, Betty and Veronica. I really love doing it, and it's a good opportunity for artists like me that I'm not like working in an office in Archie Comics or Dynamite office drawing it like day by day, but it's a good opportunity, for new people to come in.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex with the $5 super chat. He's asking, who is Andrew's personal artistic influences?
Well, as I said, J. Scott Campbell, other pin-up artists like Jill Elfgren, Vargas. I really love Mike Mignola, Bruce Timm. I love like all the classic guys, you know.
Yeah, Adam Hughes. I see a little Adam Hughes in some of your line work. Looks good.
Adam Hughes, I have Betty and Veronica by Adam Hughes with interiors and cover. Really love this book. What else? Actually, Dan DeCarlo from Archie.
Yeah.
I think for me and Sveta is a big inspiration. I love fetish artists, you know, like kinky artists from the past, like John Willie, other like artists who's doing erotic. Yeah.
I think that's another thing that is very interesting, and somebody said it early on in the chat that, you know, Europe has a different mindset and a take on, you know, erotic art. It's a little more you know, accepted over there, which I don't, you know, I think it's very interesting. I remember being a kid and watching British television and late at night, and you know, it was so much like, it was like shocking as an American kid seeing that. And we don't realize how we talk about, you know, freedoms and all this stuff, and we're still kind of prude when it comes to this art. Not as much as we used to be, but erotic art and again the female form is very much celebrated in Europe as opposed to, you know,
they publish my books, they sell it on stores. Like it's really really hot and 18 plus porn.
Yeah, yeah.
So and they don't care. They just sell it for. They don't. Yeah, they put it on shelves and okay, you can take it, see it through it. Nobody cares. It's so much easier. Easier.
More acceptable.
Acceptable.
About the body, about everything. For example, in Germany, all the saunas, all the showers and gym and like pools, they all combined
sex,
both genders, and people are naked in front of each other. They don't care, and they have a lot of nudist beaches around all Europe, and also people don't care. They just get naked and I love that, because I think it's the more you see other bodies, different types of bodies, the less you're concerned about your own body.
It's a great point.
The easier you take, the easier you.
Yeah, it's very body positive. It's it's kind of like, this is going to sound crazy coming from me, but it's kind of like a more realistic body positive take than some of the body positive bullshit that, you know.
You don't judge other people. You don't judge girls by when they have like less clothes or something like that, or when they don't wear a bra. You just don't care. When you can go to sauna or anywhere and see a lot of naked women, you don't care about girls who's running around without bra. I mean,
but you know what sucks?
T-shirt.
You know who does care is Kickstarter now cares, and and
that's because it's American strike,
right?
Thing.
Yeah, you're totally right. So you know, that's another interesting thing, is like you have to be very careful out there. I've been hit through YouTube for copyright strikes for sexual and graphic material that is always art. Like, it's not like we're showing porn on here; it's always art. It could be it's a very fine line to walk. And at the same time, here's what's interesting: it's also a very fine line in the world of comics. Like, in my personal opinion, I think that there's ways to do it, better ways to do it than others. I like that, you know, you're not just trying to sell porn as a comic, and there's actually still a storyline, interior art. There's the art form of sequential art and the comic art form, you know. So, you know, there's and my mind can always be changed. It's very interesting. My mind has changed throughout the 10 years I've been doing content. And it'll probably change again on some of these things. So, but I really respect how you do still utilize the art form, the sequential art form, and that's a big part of, you know, your IP. And listen, you guys, I hope that you guys go check out Pleasureland, Swinging Island, Pleasureland. This is the volume 2 of Swinging Island. And just real quick, I'm going to go ahead and play this so everybody can see this.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited to present.
Let me get the volume up here a little bit. This is probably going to embarrass Andrew watching himself.
My new book, Swinging Island. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to present my new book, Swinging Island 2, Pleasureland. This is the sequel to my big hit, Swinging Island, which I launched on Kickstarter back in 2019. In the new chapter, our heroes, Betty and Grant, find themselves in an exclusive nudist sex resort. And yes, even that description already sounds hot, but you have no idea what's waiting inside. Of course, I can't show everything here on video, but trust me, it gets very sexy. The book has already been published in France and Germany, but this is the very first time it's available in English. And only here on Kickstarter. I've also prepared several unique cover variants, and one of them is illustrated by the amazing artist Sveta Shubina. And another one is a secret reward you can unlock by joining my Patreon. The book will have over 140 pages, and it can grow even bigger if we unlock all the stretch goals. My favorite one is the classic Playboy style centerfold. I really hope we reach it, because it will be included in every copy of the book. I'm also reprinting the third Penguin Island book with a brand new cover. Perfect for collectors and for those who missed it the first time. Trust me, if you get this book, it will easily become the most sexy comic in your collection.
I love it.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome. Well done.
Dude.
so fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really love this. How this book turned out. This is the French one, and yeah, the main characters, Betty and Grant, they, after visiting nudist beach with other couple here in the first one, they got invitation to this Pleasureland resort for nudists, and they go there, and the second part is about that. And
I love it.
Actually, it's inspired by real life, because I went to this kind of resorts myself.
Even better. Now you just added extra pledges. Trust me.
Yeah. So it was south of France. They have nudist village. The whole small city, like small town, is naked people running in the shops, on the streets, everywhere.
Clutch is like, say what now?
I've been
Hold
to
on.
Nice,
I'll
but
attend,
you
but I
gotta-
won't participate. You know what I'm saying?
the beach in Nice was cool. I don't know. I don't think
Yeah, it's not far from Nice. Yeah, maybe several hours, like 4 hours from Nice. And they have hotels there. They have resorts, and inside these hotels they have foam parties. They have like BDSM dungeons. They have swinger clubs. They
Straight
have
red light district, baby.
not actually not.
Expedia.com.
Not red light districts, because red lights district is for prostitutes.
Oh yeah,
And this
thank
one-
you, thank you.
Yeah, and this
Thank
one
you.
is
Right.
for couples.
Yeah.
So people come there as couples, and they spend time together with these other
Lots of
couples.
So
upside
would it
down
be the green
pineapples.
light district?
Yeah, kind of.
Green light district,
Sorry?
yes. Green light district, yeah, yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
And I was there 3 times, and it's I got inspired, and I made this book.
I got inspired.
Not based on.
Autobiographical.
It's not.
No, not really. It's combination.
Combination,
My
a little bit of
fantasies,
both.
how it could be, and plus how it was. The boring part, how it was, and the fun
Hell
part
yeah.
is how it could be.
Well, one of the things that you showed in that that Kickstarter video was this cover right here, which is fucking fantastic as well.
Cool.
This is the Sveta Shubina variant cover for.
This one is a censored one. We have uncensored version. also.
Ooh, look at that!
Yeah,
Hey,
so I had to put I had to ask Sveta to put swimsuit on her, because we can, put nipples on Kickstarter.
yeah.
But it will be whole full nudity.
Well, here's the other thing I love about this, and I talk about this a lot. I love these old school travel posters or like propaganda posters. I love
Oh,
that
yeah.
style.
Yeah.
This is cool. So I would be remiss if I didn't give a big shout out to James Kreider, who is one of the people that, when I think of like people that collect Andrew's work, James is one of those people. And I'm sure he's going to be all in on this Kickstarter as well. So I remember James was one of the first people that actually talked about the original like Pinupocalypse Kickstarter and back in the day and that type of stuff.
Cool.
So
Thank you. Can I mention one thing?
Yeah, of course.
The fun
Yeah.
thing on this Kickstarter. Recently, I added a new add-on, which is the welcome box to the Pleasure Island resort, where I did this like So it's like almost a fake hotel merchandise.
Yeah.
So I think I really love to expand my universe to the real world.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah.
With Pinupocalypse, I did merch for the fast dog burgers, not the hot dogs restaurant. I did like pins and like the merch that could be there. And for this one, I decided to do fake hotel merch based on my story.
Yeah, this is the type of stuff I love. I remember way back in the day, who did was it Paper Girls? You remember, was that Brian K. Vaughan? Who did Paper Girls? Yeah. I remember back in the day when Paper Girls first came out. Like if Brian K. Vaughan put out this link, and if you went and signed up for it, you got like a Paper Girls fan club card, and like all this cool stuff that he sent you. That is so very cool for people that love collecting this type of stuff. And we just had Brian Polito on one of the shows not too long ago, where he pulled out some of the super old, like Smiley Psychotic Button, promo material like this from way back in '96, or like this type of stuff is so cool for your fan base. I'm glad that you do things like this. Keep it up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I really love to do it, and I really love to come up with ideas like that.
Yeah, very cool. And again, that's another reason why Kickstarter and crowdfunding is special. It gives you the ability to do these like stretch goals and stuff. So you've already met these stretch goals so far, you guys. You got some more to go. Go help them out. You guys can find the link in the live chat right now. Shout out to the mods who have been doing a great job of posting the link. And you can also find the link in the description below. It's got, I believe, 14 more days. But this is super cool. And
I think I will add a couple more stretch goals, and I will do dust covers for every book, because I have reason for that, because we're gonna print it in China, and in China they cannot print nipples on the cover. But when it's wrapped, but when it's wrapped on the dust cover with like no nipples, then you can print it. You can deliver it. So so we decided to do dust cover on most of the books.
I love this
maybe
image.
on all of them.
This image right here is crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy.
Thank you.
So
it's just one of the panels from the comic book.
It's great. Okay, real quick, I want to talk to you about what is this? Is this all what is this here, Adam?
That's Dreadful. That's for when letting you know the Dreadful hit.
I wanted to talk about this a little bit. You also wrote a story in Dreadful 3.
This is the one in the middle there.
Yeah, the Dreadful Trio stuff, which is fantastic, and this is getting ready to start to be fulfilled, which is awesome. And those are the boxes that we just saw, which is sweet, dude. This is so cool.
Yeah, thanks. This story, I'm really proud of this story, because it's just the beginning. I hope to continue it. And this story is inspired by true events, as most of my stories. It's about werewolf, not a werewolf, but about the dog is bitten by a werewolf and became a real girl.
That's crazy. The flip, on the other side, the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And why it's inspired by a true story, because that's basically my dog and me in the park in LA, and my dog got bitten by a coyote.
Oh my god!
Like really, really hard. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and coyote attacked my dog, and I had to take her to the hospital, and they made like several surgeries on her. She was fine at the end.
Thank God.
Yeah, but but this I got this story immediately in my head. Like, what if next morning she'll become like a real human after this bite?
I love that, dude. I think that's great. So it's pretty cool to see that this is, we talked about it at the beginning, and we're seeing that it's being fulfilled. I think that's awesome. So make sure, if you guys, supported this Kickstarter, to throw up some pics on IG when you guys start receiving them, and tag us over here at Beyond Wednesdays. I would love to see, what you guys got, because I think this is such a cool idea. I love anthology series. I always talk about how horror anthology series are so hot right now, but at the same time, I love anthology series. I've always loved like What Ifs, back in the day, or that my favorite Star Wars series of all time is Star Wars Tales, which were anthology series. I love, Marvel Comics Presents back in the day, where you get one comic but like three different stories, and maybe it'll continue, maybe it won't, maybe it's a one-page story, maybe it's a 3-issue story, you never know. But the covers and everything was so great on all of these, and you guys are also all doing your own covers, which is cool. I love about that. So great job on this too.
Thank you.
So
that's Adam's work.
Hey, man.
It was all of us.
Yes.
There's 3 of us in this room right now.
Yeah. 3
Clutch.
creators from Dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very cool. And more to come, you guys. It's going to be cool to see what comes out of that project as well. But again, make sure you guys go check out the new Kickstarter from Andrew, Swinging Island 2 Pleasure Land. This is the new Kickstarter, and it's got a couple weeks left to go. Very interesting. A lot of really cool collectible items, as well as a great storyline and some really good variant covers. And you're going to love this one if you love Andrew's work, Pinupocalypse and the such. So hope if you guys got volume 1 of this as well. Very, very cool.
Thanks. I had to put the preview pages on my personal website because they are too explicit to show on Kickstarter now with the new rules.
Yeah.
So,
well, we'll definitely put that link in the description too, so you guys can go check out the preview pages. But make sure you guys all go follow Andrew on his social medias, on Twitter. This is his Twitter account right here, or X account. It's hard for me to call it X, but you can find him there, and then you can also find him on IG as well. So go give him a follow there. You can find all those links below or in the live chat. And then,
hell yeah.
Thanks. So, thank you.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us and staying up late. It was 2 a.m. for Andrew in Paris. So
yeah, now it's 3:40.
Yeah, go get some sleep, my brother. And
Thank you.
We're gonna bother you to come back. Real quick, shout out to Christopher with the $10 super chat. He says, "Congratulations on being a soon-to-be dad, Andrew. Send us a link for baby scholarships." Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my wife is in 7 months right now.
That's awesome, dude. That's even better. So
thanks.
Go show him some love, you guys. And bro, we're gonna bother you to come back, in a couple of weeks to talk more about this, or even when maybe we'll have you come back when it's time to fulfill. Add that to your calendar. One of the nights you're gonna have to stay up late again. So.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Andrew.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Fucking Andrew Tarusov, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty fucking cool, right? Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
We're good.
Yeah, dude. Fucking A. Listen, I think that Andrew and Pinupocalypse has been, one of the major kind of collectible comic books that we love over here in the last couple of years. Again, big shout out to James Kreider, who's been a real big proponent for Pinupocalypse and Andrew's work, especially the crowdfunding stuff. And super cool dude. Again, Leg, that session you had with him on eBay Live where he started doing all those sketches. I'm still jealous, and I'm gonna. There's two things that I'm holding Adam to. I'm gonna make sure he figures out a way to find me one of those zombie tramps, and I want him to sign a Dreadful Trio book at the same time. So, because I want to get everybody's signature. I want everybody that was part of that Dreadful Trio issue to sign it at some point. I think that'd be very cool.
First Sig's floating around there somewhere.
First Sig is on its way to Ukraine.
To Ukraine, wow!
What?
Well,
that's cool, dude.
Amazing.
That's super cool. Shout out to Rye who just dropped in. He said with a $5 super chat. He says, "What up, comic peeps?
What up, dude? We started early.
Yeah, we started early tonight. Yes, we did. For good reason. For good reason, though. So,
Yeah.
Holy cow, man! Fucking A.
Dude, I got a question for Adam.
Yep.
How was Oakland Comic-Con?
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
You know what? Oakland was good for us. Sveta's fans showed up. You know, they were there for her books, and so I did fine. We did just fine. It has potential, but it was not busy. It was not busy at all. You know, there were empty aisles, and Mother's Day was really, really dead. But you know, it's got potential for sure. Obviously, you know, with DeMonarco's running it, it should have potential. You know, they are doing it next year. They're moving it off of Mother's Day already, which is obviously great.
For sure, for sure.
So yeah, it could be something, you know. It would be nice, right, to have something finally stick in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like OG WonderCon, you know, guys, like OG, like WonderCon in Oakland was the best.
Yeah.
Sacramento or San Francisco, still good.
Yeah.
But like those are the days, you know, and so I have a lot of hope for it. I couldn't go up this year because of timing, but would love to kind of see if it comes together, and you know, maybe next year we can find a time to get up there and check it out. But yeah,
it's in April next year. I want to say like the 26th and 27th, maybe. I can't remember the exact dates, but you know, I think they need more comic guests. There was Eric Larson, of course, you know, Oakland. Which was fantastic. But there really wasn't many other comic guests, like big names anyways. They did a good job of keeping the celebrities low. Giancarlo Esposito was like really the only celebrity there, which is great. You know, that helps comic book buyers and sellers and the comic crowd. So I just think a little bit more draw on the comic talent would have been good, both writers and artists.
Dave Andrew was there, by the way. Dave Andrew.
Man, I had to speak about three. There's three of us there. There was Dave and Anna Chavez. She's in
that's right.
The second issue. Yeah, she's in the second issue of Dreadful, and she was there. I didn't know that she was going to be there. So yeah, I didn't know that David or her were there. So it was pretty great. It was
that's dope.
Yeah, it was good.
If they had a con in Oakland, maybe it'd be the same time as a Raiders game. Oh
yeah. All right.
Oh wait, or maybe the same time as the A's game.
No.
Warriors.
Oh man.
Well, at least they're across the street.
Yeah.
True. They're close enough.
Yeah.
We can catch an A's game in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yep. They're pushing hard too. They're going for the major league expansion. They're going to announce that soon. They're building the area already. I don't know what that means, but they're trying.
It's far enough away from San Francisco.
The River Cats. Let's go.
Good old
Ports,
River
baby.
Stockton Ports.
That's great, dude. That's fucking all right. Fuck, man. That was a great.
What's going on, guys? What the hell?
Andrew's a cool cat, bro.
Very cool.
Yeah. That was a good interview. It's kind of weird being on this early, eh?
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Sun's out. Dogs are in the crates. They're just like, what the hell? Why do we have a walk at 3:30 today? What the hell, Dad?
Yeah, my curtains aren't open, but I can see through the glass, the sides of the glass door.
Speaking about dogs, real quick, have you guys been following the Ridgeland Farms beagles?
No, the beagles are crazy,
bro. This is
I heard you talk
amazing.
about it. Sounds too sad to follow.
No, listen, no, it's amazing to follow, dude. So Ridgeland Farms is a testing. They breed beagles to send to testing agencies. Medical testing, makeup testing, all kinds of fucked up shit that they do to these dogs. And the reason why is because beagles have the best temperament when it comes to like anger and stress. They can handle stress. They don't bite. None of that stuff. And it's really fucked up, And people found out about this place in Wisconsin, and they started fighting against it. And they just worked and worked and worked till they figured out a way to get rid of these beagles. And this is one of the main guys right here, Wayne Seung. I'm not sure exactly how to say his name, but I want to bring this up real quick to talk about it because, we kind of did that feral thing, and this made me really think. I get in my feels over dogs, and I think we all get in our feels over our fur babies, dogs, cats, whatever, And they went in and they saved all these dogs, all these puppies. They saved 2,000 dogs, and the way that they had to do it is, they just kept fighting and kept protesting, and they finally said, "Hey, you're selling them to these testing facilities. Just sell them to us. We'll buy them." So they raised money to go buy all these beagles and just go take them out of there. And they're fostering them all and giving them all. And these beagles have lived in these cages their whole lives, and they're finally seeing grass and for the first time. And it's a really good, amazing story that I think is great to see humans caring. And immediately when I saw this, it almost made me think like I would love to see Image or if Tony and Trish can get Image to maybe do a variant for this group, and raise money for them. I even almost kind of thought about like, reaching out to them and seeing what I could do. And this is the type of thing that is also good about social media, is that we see these things on social media that we might not have known about, and now we says, I want to get involved. And I don't know, man. It's really hit me. And even worse, my whole fucking Instagram feed now is beagle, freaking beagle videos. You know what I mean?
Remember when Hood all he got was otters?
Yeah.
He kept sending everybody cute otter videos, and all of a sudden he's just fucking otters all day long.
What type of otter though? What type of otter? Hood search terms over here. Shout out to Hood, who's on the road right now.
Yeah. These dogs are going to shelters across the country. That's right, E. Very, very cool. They're sending them to shelters, all shelters across the country. But here's the sad thing: there's other places like that across the world, and this is bringing eyes onto this, and hopefully those other places will be stopped. It's just there is. I've talked about this before. One of the things that is my biggest tell with a person is if they care about animals or not. You know what I mean? Like if you're not a fucking dog or a cat person, or if you don't like have sympathy for them, I'm kind of like side-eyeing you just a little bit. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I remember one time back when I was in the corporate world, my boss was hiring somebody to work for me, and he said, "You need to come on the interviews and stuff." And we would go to lunch with these guys, and my boss would always ask like, "You got any dogs or cats or anything?" And they would, and I would always ask him like, "Why do you ask that?" He's like, "Hey man, if I see any little bit of they're not a dog or a cat person, like I want a dog or a cat person because I know like that might not be a fucking psycho." You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. So shout out to maybe I'm just throwing this out there. If there's a way, Tony and Trish and all you guys working on feral and stray dogs, and maybe reach out to Ridgeland, to the people who are fighting the Ridgeland farms, and see if you can maybe do a variant for them. I think that would be very cool. And that brings me into the topic that I want to talk with you guys about just a little bit. There's been this this kind of pushback from me a little lately about variants, and I want to talk about this just from a perspective of my feeling on variants right now and how my thought process kind of has ebbed and flows on variants throughout the years. You know, back during the Flipside days, I would kind of side eye variants a little bit, thinking like, you know, there's a little bit of some fuckery going on, and that was always kind of like the sniff around variants, and you know, a lot of people have brought up how, you know, I was always very weary of variants at first, and I think that over the years I've been pretty vocal about this, and you know, the guys have also kind of worked with this. You know, I feel they kind of are similar, like mindset. Even you, Adam, a little bit. I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but you know, and what I mean by this is variants can be very beneficial for the hobby right now. And I think there's this sweet spot with variants, and you have to treat variants with not necessarily a kid's glove, but you got to be a little bit more thoughtful with how you deal with variants on two levels. One, as a business and what you're going to put yourself out there for financially. You know, are you going to be able to make money off of this? What are the margins on variants, and you know, what is your buying base and all that type of stuff. But also as well on a collecting aspect and what I like to collect. And I think that I've been very vocal and honest about, I love variants that are like, you know, that 500 print run range where the initial buy-in is, you know, anywhere from $15 to $35. And, you know, by an artist that I like. And it's always got to be the artist that you like, right? I think that's very key. And I feel like those type of the variants, in my opinion, are not only do I like them more, but I also feel they're more beneficial to the hobby and to the artists and to what I think is creating a good fan base, and not looking like you're necessarily like shilling or taking advantage of your fan base. And there's this big thing going on right now with the amount of variants coming out with Absolute Batman, 120 variants on issue 20. And it's just kind of interesting to bring up this topic. You guys got any feelings on that, Clutch?
You know, I'll start off by saying go to bigclutch.com right now to pick up your Exquisite Corpses number 13 Pete Carroll variant.
Hell yeah.
Limited to 500 copies.
Links on my Instagram story if you need it.
I mean, yeah. Link in the chat.
We have new ones coming out soon.
Be on Wednesdays where all I do is shill. I have an interesting relationship with variants because I am also I'm kind of weirdly like really like instrumental in like bringing back the variants, especially the variant reprints. Like I take a lot of blame in 2005 or 2006 no 2015 2014 15 of like starting up the Walking Dead reprint program with Wizard conventions at the time. Like that was
my short box of them next to me right now.
I'm sure you
I'll take them.
Yeah, don't talk to Drew Lujan, One of Comics. So I mean that was my thing, right? So at the time, like I was like, Robert, like we should do this. It's a great program. It gets the book in the hands of people who wouldn't normally get it. So we did, I mean, over 2 years, I think we did like 35 different variants, not including like black and white versions, you know, and with a mix of, you know, good artists and people I've never heard of and never heard of again. You know, and that started like a really crazy, look at all these guys. I mean, started a crazy process. And then at that point now it's like, you know, I mean, that's not even a fraction of them. Holy smokes, there's so many more.
I'm going to go to cover price while you're talking about it right now, bro.
Like a million of them.
Plus Walking Dead Weekly and Walking Dead Deluxe, which is happening right now.
Yeah, even that stuff, like, but that stuff, the Walking Dead Weekly stuff, like that was just a reprint of an issue, not necessarily a variant, you know?
Right.
But like the Walking Dead, like, oh God, don't even know. Yes. The store variants. Oh my God. We've done.
Oh, dude, I pick one up every time I go to 4-Color Fantasies. They're always on the rack. I'll get another.
They're always there. But we did a lot. So I Oh, the Arthur Slydom.
I'm just gonna go through them because they're all here. There's
sitting next to me.
Tedesco, Neil Adams for
Neil Adams.
all the different
So
Wizard
that
Worlds.
being said, like as a preface, like I did really kind of help break the floodgates open on this one a couple years ago, but you know, I don't hate them. I think in moderation they're great. I don't think we need to have 115 different variants for a single issue. I think that's excessive. You know, I think I've said before, I wish there was a way to, you know, for publishers to work out a kind of like a reserved program where you're like, hey, we're going to do, like, I think Boom does a great job where they're like, hey, we've got 10 slots on this issue. 10 different retailers get in on them, you go. I think DC could do that with 10 or 20 and just be like, hey, we're just going to do 20 variant covers. We're not doing all the different versions. We're like 10 different retailers jump in, rotate them around. So it's not just the same retailers all the time. I think there's ways to do it, which would be cool. It's not necessarily that way it is now, but you know, what are you going to do? I also like to do variants because like, I like to find an artist that, you know, hasn't been doing it. Like, it's a great way to introduce new artists to the world, and it's how some people get discovered. So I'm always going to be for that. I do think that I like doing smaller print runs when it's available. I like doing small print runs if that's even available too. But even then, not charging an exorbitant amount for a low print run book. You know, if it's a you know a 10, 20 copy metal, sure, metals are a little different, they're crazier, but whatever. But like, you know, I don't think you should be charging crazy amounts for variant covers.
This is a perfect example. And real quick, you know, I'm going to interrupt you, but this is Big Clutch's website. This is a perfect example. You see the variants that he chooses to do. They're all, you know, like 1,000 print run or less, it feels like, for the most part.
I mean, all those are 500 print run for the most part.
Yeah, 500 on these ones. They're all $20 a piece. It's not like it's taking advantage of people. It's a lot of the artists that, you know, we fall in love with over the past, you know, couple of years that, like you said, this to me is the fun part about variants. Like, hey, I love this artist. I love this IP. I want to kind of, you know, help support it. And I think that the way that I look at variants and maybe the way that you guys might look at variants is more along those lines. Ultimately, it is to make money. And these guys, this is everybody here on this page now. This is our businesses. You know, this is what we've decided to do. And you know, sometimes you catch a little heat because like this is how you make your money now. But there's also ways to look at it logically and say like these people aren't shilling or taking advantage of anybody. You know, it's very obvious to me now. We're in that group, Clutch. You know what I mean? So, like, hindsight's 20/20. But I think that you do it in a very respectful manner. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I try, but I also don't think it's bad to do more. You know, like I think Chad said, you know, you don't have to buy everyone. It's okay to have 120. There are people out there who are. This last issue of Ask Who Batman broke some collectors. You know, I've talked to guys who are like, hey man, I was collecting every single issue. There's 120. I can't do it. Or the books that were crazy expensive from Katana. They're like, I can't drop $400 to get this thing, so I'm going to stop. I've had Transformers fans who are like, hey, I'm in on every cover. And then, you know, someone makes a book you can only get 15 copies or 50 copies in a blind bag. And they're like, I'm going to stop collecting everyone. That does kind of suck because it does pull back, you know, from guys who are like hardcore collectors, you know, the completists. So
I mean, there's 120. Is it 120? What was it? 199 variants of Absolute Batman number 20.
It's gonna chill to a degree on the absolutes because the print run minimums doubled, and at least for San Diego, there's an extra charge per book, and I don't know if that's gonna keep happening in the future. But like, all I know is in retail taxes, you know, once they raise your taxes, they tell you it's temporary. All right, that's all. Let's put it that way. All right, maybe you vote for a new tax, but I don't remember. gas tax in California was always supposed to go somewhere cool. All I know is we pay a lot of money for gas, and it never goes down.
Sorry, Hood. Are you backstage, Hood? You got the wrong link. Let me send you the right link, Hood. Hold on. I apologize,
I think
bro.
for DC, it probably might work that way.
There's the right link, Hood. Jump in, man.
I mean, and the thing is, variants to me are variants. Like Sean, the ones you're brought up from The Walking Dead. Kind of the cool thing with that, though, is tell me if I'm mistaken. I know guys did do online stuff, but that a lot of those were literally, as Wizard World or whatever, they were specific to a con. So like, I mean, I think that was the coolest thing. We all love that, we like to do our books, but having a true con variant, like even yourself with the Sveta GI, Suspiria.
Hey, Hood, do you have earplugs that you can put in by any chance? Because we're catching an echo from the volume coming out. I don't know if you have earplugs.
Like the Suspiria GI Joes we did like, you wanted to do a con variant. We sold, I don't know, what do we sell? Half not there.
Leave and come back with those earbuds in. Sure. Hood. I'm gonna kick you and come back, okay?
And we on it could have sold that thing out online without a problem. No hitch. Not all foil, COA is not cheap, something like that. So I do like the con variants. I always like the ratio variants. The easiest way to make a few bucks was chasing variants, 15 years ago for a while. So it was I've always been pro variant, different variant covers,
Hold on, leg, one sec. Hey, Hood, go into your settings in the little cogwheel in StreamYard and choose where it says, if you go to the little cogwheel and hit audio on speaker, choose a different speaker till you hear it in your ears. He's gonna have a problem getting in. Sorry, Leg, go ahead.
I like variants. I think that's where I was at.
I want to. I apologize. I want to make sure Hood gets in. So this is now obviously, this is this is what I'm hearing a lot because of this whole Dennis situation. And Battle Buddy says, Hood, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Mama!
So
Mama!
Battle Buddy says, Dennis is right. Variants are out of hand. It's going to bust the market. And Chad Cave says, I've been hearing about variants busting the market for over a decade. Now, I want to be very clear on this. Dennis is not saying anything new that we haven't been saying since we started doing content. We have always said that the variants where they're printing 3,000 copies and you have 120 retailers printing out 3,000 copies, and when it's too much, it's too much. We've always said that. That has never not been something that we have put support behind about how you have to be careful with variants. So like, we all agree with him. We've always agreed with him. And this is another thing. Shout out to Three River Comics, who says, I've been fairly open about not liking retailer variants. I think they're poor buys, but I get it. But he's right. Like, when it comes to poor buys, here's another thing that I feel like we're taking a little bit of heat on lately, and that is that people are like, none of these hold their value. Very few hot comics hold their value. That's been something that's been said on the House of Stein since we started the House of Stein. Stein is very critical about how all these books that you see on the Hot 10, the vast majority of them are going to lose value. There's cycles. They get hot. You wait 3 to 6 months. They're gonna slow down. It's always been the message. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Hood, am I right about that? I feel like that's always been the message, especially ever since the Flipside days.
Well, like, I don't think we've ever like pumped a book and said, you got to buy this because it's going to be extremely valuable. Like, and if you don't buy it now, like, you're going to miss out. And like, I don't understand where this message got like we were, what's the word that Dennis used, shilling, or like, yeah, like
promoting variants. Like I think the only variants
I call it sales.
Yeah. Promo codes. I think ultimately, and this is why I want to bring.
People are going to buy these books no matter whether we talk about them or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I want to be very clear on this that, I am very, I see you guys and I hear you guys. And I get it that there's some people out there that may have looked at the content over the years and it says, there's a lot of talk about you guys selling variants and stuff lately, and we see you and hear you guys loud and clear. Trust me. The only variants that you'll ever see us sell on this show, other than like if a guest comes on, and we'll talk about it in a second, but the only variants that you'll ever see us like push on the show are variants like we talked about. Less than 500, less than 1,000 print run. And I've talked to everybody that has ever come to me and said, hey, I'd love to talk about a variant on the show, or I'd love to work with you about promotion. And I always say, here's my sweet spot. It is, that 500 print run variant that is in the range of $15 to $30. And that ultimately it's an artist or art that I dig, that I like. I'm never going to talk about something on here that I don't like. We have all been, people have reached out to us and said, hey, I'd love to talk about my variant on the show, or would you like to do this variant? And if it's something that we don't like, it's like, you know what, man, it's good art, but that's just not for me. I've talked about.
Did Mark Spears' books and Shubina and like did their books go down or something? Like,
well, even if they did, there's no problem with that. But we still love the art and we love the artist. And here's the other thing, you make friends in this industry, and ultimately you want to support your friends. But that's still, I've always said on this channel, it's got to be something that we like. I can't come out here and talk about something, and show real excitement, because you guys out there, you'll catch it. I know it because I come from you guys. Like, I still watch shows that I love. I'm gonna catch somebody being fake and phony, and you guys will catch it too. And I would never expect you guys not to. And I know that, I've talked about how, I was reached out to from Dynamite to, hey, do you want to do a Ben 10 variant? Hey man, it's not, I think Ben 10's great, but it's not my deal. I'm cool. Hey,
sold 112,000 copies. We probably should have done one.
Right. I mean, but still, I'm honest about it. Hey, there's
that would have been a hit.
Yeah, we have an Edo Vampirella variant that's available. Do you want to do it for the Beyond Wednesdays curated program?
Yeah.
I love that cover, but I'm not too keen on her face. Like, I don't like her face that much, so you guys go ahead and do it on your own. I knew it would have sold, but I wouldn't have felt like this is something that I really love. You know what I mean?
Like, we got three variants, bro. Like, that's it, right?
Yeah.
But are we just talking variants, or just defending ourselves from like 4 people?
No,
like, I don't.
A little bit of both, but for the most part, I'm talking variants. I just want to talk variants. For the most part.
I think I'd rather talk variants, man. I'm not. I sleep just fine.
Yeah. Yep.
I think the thing that we've all shown on, and when we do this stuff, like if we're talking about variants, is because we like the book. We think the book's cool. We think the art's cool. We think the artist is cool. That's it. I don't think there's ever been a point where like we've never on this show, from what I can remember, been like, hey, buy this book, you're going to make a bunch of money. Never done that. We've never said it. Fuck, I've done variants and I've lost more money producing variants this past year than I feel fucking comfortable admitting. Like my tax guy is like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm running a business. And he said, no, you're not. But we do it because we like the stuff to do, man. Like, I like to do the artists I like to do whatever. Like, I want to make cool stuff that I think is cool, that we think is cool. Like, if we're gonna do a Grommets cover, we get to do, put some of our favorite bands on their t-shirts and do a cool thing. That's cool. That's fun. We like that, dude. Like, if we're gonna do a Mark Spears inspired Pharaoh cover. Awesome. We're gonna do something with the Dreadful. Is it, by the way, Adam? Is it Dreadful Trio or Dreadful 3?
Great question.
Dreadful.
You're
Dreadful
right.
Trio.
Right.
The Dreadful 3.
Okay, the
Dreadful
Dreadful
3.
3.
Okay,
Based off the Halloween trio.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Great
But
question,
you guys,
Sledge.
now you're making me confused.
You guys have become a platform though for the artists that you have discovered. I mean, you've listed besides Sveta, Andrew, Clutch. It's like to be able to discover these artists and bring them in the limelight. Like that's, I don't know how that's a bad thing, and to have us on and we come up with the idea as a group to drop whatever exclusive we have coming out and give you guys a discount and give everybody a chance to get it before we go to Monster Palooza or some convention that you can't make it to. It's like we're trying to help build the community and say thank you, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what all the artists are doing. They love the platform you guys have created for them.
Yeah. And ultimately, that is what I wanted to create with this platform. I always wanted this to be a place where ultimately it's the feel of it is just some friends bullshitting about comics and about the things they love. But at the same time, I want it to be that place where we can work with the artists that we love and help them out. And here's the other thing that I want to talk about real quickly, because there's this thing that gets thrown around in the comic book YouTube world, shill. I even think that like Swag had to kind of deal with it this week. He put out a video where he was called a shill for Logan Paul and manga, which is very interesting. But
That's so dumb.
I want to remind people about how content creation works on at least on YouTube, in this world, in the comic world. Most creators, unless they're just friends and they just want to come hang out and shoot the shit, and this is like cathartic for them, which is what I love about this channel also. Like Mark just comes and hangs out because it's cathartic for him just to come hang out backstage with us while he's creating a book and talk comics. Like creators want to talk comics too, and they want to talk about the stuff they love. That is great, but that's not the point of it all. Most creators are going to come on to a YouTube show because they have something to promote, and there's this thing that's kind of been thrown around lately that if you talk about a creator's variant, because most creators aren't just going to come on, or businesses are just going to come on just to come on. They're going to say, hey, I got this project coming up that I want to promote, or this and that, and there's this there's this give and take, right? They're coming on, they're getting promotion, we're getting, hey, we want to talk about the stuff we love of your art, and we want to ask you questions, and that's what happens in this world. And there's this thing that's starting to happen right now with some people, and Dennis ultimately left because he felt that Kickstarters were shilling. He felt that anytime that we had like Brian or Nikki on to talk about a Kickstarter, that I was shilling for them, or anytime that like Ignition Press and Philip would come on and say, hey, I have a new book coming out, and we have one special available for you guys in the live chat. You guys can go buy it right now. That's shilling. And his comment to me, and I don't feel like I'm putting Dennis on the spot. He said this in his video. His comment to me was like, they should just come on because they're friends and they want to hang out. And that's just not the reality for all content creation. It's kind of hard to expect that. Ultimately, it's great. Like Adam has become a good friend of the channel and us. We hung out with him in person. Clutch, Red Hood, Big Leg, everybody that's on this channel is because of that. We become friends through the content creation, and we hang out. Yeah. And yes, there's guys that will come on and just hang out because they have fun. But initially, it's because we we're reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, we want to know about your role in the business, or they have something they want to promote. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. And I hope that you guys out there realize that too, that ultimately, there's a fine line to walk.
Yeah. And this has all been a creation for a lot of years. Brian and I have known each other a long time. Hood and I have known each other a long time. Sean and I a good amount. This goes back
10 years
to like more.
Yeah.
More CBSI for sure. It's like probably 2000, like at least 2014, right? From 2014 to the CBSI to Comic Book Invest being created to Unpressable Defects to me doing a show with, I mean, you guys might not know everybody, but everybody at least knows the Drunken Chat, right?
Yeah.
And flip side that literally spawned CBSI. Like we were doing a Wednesday show, so they did it was a secondary Monday show with all my freaking boys. Unpressable blew up, and I was like,
I love that background.
Flip's like, can I play with you guys? Right? And then so that's how that was 2019, 2020. You know what I mean? That's still, think about that. That's 6 or 7 years ago, to where 3 years of Unpressable has been well surpassed a long time ago. So seeing that and making
Alex just dropped a super chat.
Meet all these people, like everybody. Meet everybody. Meet at the con. Brian and I have been roommates for forever. You know what I mean? Like this is how it's been. Building the different friendships, building what you don't see. We talk about what we like. This is an outlet to possibly advertise. Yeah, because I don't work for Panasonic anymore, and I haven't for a while. So, if I were in here, but I guarantee there's people in here, in the live chat that I can see all the way to go down. That come on, that are sitting in there right now from me bringing them over from Whatnot back in the day, or from eBay in the last couple of years,
or from Flipside, or from convention appearances.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Sales can go both ways. Like when I invite people to both. You see the stuff that I sell, and I ask you to go watch my show. There's nothing. I'm not hiding anything, dude. This is just what I do.
Yep.
This is just what I do, and I've been one of the most pro variant people from day one. From Wednesday Warrior, trying to hit, and living in LA, I could hit 3 stores in an hour if I timed it right on my lunch break, right? 1 in Santa Monica, 2 in Culver City, as I just did my loop as fast as I could to hit those stores, and it was fun. God damn, it was fun. And I wanted to go lunch. I don't want to go off to work. You'd be missing out on things and everything like that. Pro variants, pro fun, pro comic books, pro good people, and then and you know what? The shitty people with bad intentions, they generally have been left in the wake, and the ship is going straight.
Yeah, Alex dropped a really good super chat. He said, "It's about people first, comics second. We're all about the people." And in reality, he's right. We started the show to talk about comics, but then it became about hanging out with people, right? Especially during the pandemic, right? Where it was just like, hey, we just get to have social interaction. And now it's truly become more about the social aspect and what comics was early on for me back in the day, where, to go to the brick and mortar comic shop and bullshit with your friends that you had at the comic shop. Like, it was a social interaction. And, unfortunately, when the pandemic happened, it kind of changed the whole dynamic there, and it's never really truly come back. And I feel like this has taken the place of it. And now I go and I meet and I go and hang out with people in person in cons, and I've made friends, and a lot of the people in the chat have become very good friends and all that type of stuff. I think ultimately it goes back to that golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated. And I want to be around people that are like-minded and feel similar to how I feel. I think that's how it always is. We're very tribal and community oriented. Rye, thank you so much with the super chat. He says, "That's why I'm here. Good dudes talking comics." A fucking man.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
Hell yeah.
Fun.
We do need to get into New Comic Book Day really quickly. But before I do, because we have Adam here, and I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I want to know about a couple of covers that you sent me. There was one that I forgot to talk with Andrew about, and this cover is fantastic. Where is this from, bro?
Yeah. So that's Club Nephilim. That's Josh Blaylock's book that he's putting out right now. And that's going to be Andrew and I's exclusive. Talk about exclusives. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's the exclusive cover that Andrew and I are doing for that book. I don't have a release date yet, though. This isn't something I've got for you guys. We just got permission from Josh to be allowed to show it. Yeah, beautiful cover, and there's of course a nude variant too. So it's just beautiful
Clutch.
cover, beautiful character design. We're excited, both Andrew, Sveta, and I, to be a part of Josh's world out there, man. It's just he's got some really fun characters. So
Yeah, I think again, like this is a perfect example. Like I love, the fact that we ultimately found Andrew and Sveta and all like these creators because we fell in love with their art. And we've created a relationship with them, and they can come and say, hey, this is what we have coming on. Adam can say, this is what we have coming. Josh can come on and say, hey, I got this. Do you want to meet Joel Herrera? Hell yeah, I would love to meet Joel Herrera. We love his art, that type of thing. And then ultimately supporting on a more than ever, comics has, because of exclusives and variants, has become a thing where you are supporting the creator or the business that more than ever by buying these variants or these exclusives, right?
yeah,
And over the years, a lot of great publishers and creators have stayed alive because of it. 25th anniversary for Josh and Devil's Due Publications, which is pretty amazing that Devil's Due have stayed around all those years through the rough times, through the, obviously, they came out like a rocket with the G.I. Joe stuff and the hack slash. And you've got these people from Devil's Due crew that have just blown up in these huge artists, and then they've had some lean times, and now they're back, and it's their 25th anniversary. That's fucking amazing, So
yeah, we're doing some cool stuff with them, man. I think I sent the link to the landing page for the other book is coming out, the Love Bunny and Mr. Hell.
Oh yeah, we
You
talked
guys
about
can,
that.
yeah, you can get on the landing page for that already too. And Sveta did a cover for that, and we're excited for that one too.
This is it right here.
It's just cool stuff, man. It's cool to be able to go back and see what they're doing.
Look at that. That's freaking gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. He shared these covers with us when he was on. It's so freaking good. So here's the link for this one, you guys. Go, if you guys want to be notified when this one comes out, you guys can go check it out. So all right. And then there was one more. Speaking of Sveta, this one right here. What is up with the Skull Masquerade? Holy cow, bro!
Skull Masquerade, yeah, that's So in issue 3 of Dreadful, we're gonna have Carla and
Lucio.
Oh boy, I'm forgetting his name.
Lucio Perilla?
No. Was Gala and her husband,
I
Justin.
got you. Justin.
They are part of Dreadful 3. And so right now, currently, this is a Sveta cover that's on her campaign for the Skull Masquerade. So that's still alive and still has some days left on it. And it's got a Sveta cover. So, they're just great property, and we're happy to have them on board for Dreadful 3.
Here's the link for this one, you guys, if you guys want to go check that one out. And, one of the things that I really love also is, like, I look at people like James Kreider, Mr. Longshort. There's these people that have on social media have turned their social media into these really great places that you follow to find these new, crowdfunded Kickstarter books or these cool, rare, early crowdfunded, super rare books. And we love we love that stuff. So we want to do the same. We want to be that's part of the community, sharing your love for these cool things. But shout out to Chad Cave. He says, when I go to the beach, I like to collect seashells. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh yeah. New comic book day. Holy cow, you guys. We are 2 hours and 20 minutes in, even though it's only 7:30 on the West Coast. But we do have new comic book
still
day.
out, by the way, which is
I know. Isn't it fucking crazy, bro? Like, and Hood's over there trying to stay awake because he's been working hard. He's been working hard, man. All right. We'll go through new. Hey, I'm just glad you're here, bro. We're gonna go.
You're in Austin right now?
Yeah, I'm in Austin. I'm it's fucking seminar and shit, dude.
Dang.
Fun.
They getting you some good barbecue while you're out there, or what?
Yeah, good barbecue, good food.
Better
Yeah, man.
do it.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, good stuff. And then I'm headed to Vegas on Friday. So Friday morning.
Overload.
Shout out to Three Rivers, who says, I think being a content creator, you have to talk about comics and community. Don't forget your roots. It's also okay to say, hey, we're also trying to sell you something. People appreciate the honesty. And that is something that I will always be over here. And I will always try to promote. And if I see anything that feels like bullshit, I'm going to call it out, and I'm not going to, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think the honesty is ultimately why you guys come back. And, I hope you guys appreciate that. I will never not be honest with you.
Wasn't Three Rivers talking shit, dude, in the chat with Dennis's video, bro?
Well, here's funny. Here's what's funny.
What is up with that, bro?
Speaking of honesty, that's another thing. I get it. Not all friends of our friends have to be friends, but on the other hand, I see all those comments on Dennis's video.
Yeah, man, fucking bullshit, dude.
I will definitely at some point do a members only thing. And for those of you guys that love the honesty and follow, that's one of the reasons that you love us and you follow us over here. I will use the members only area to be more honest with you guys. And I hear you guys. We're gonna continue to work hard to make sure that Beyond Wednesdays is a comic channel. And
wait, hold on, Brian. How can you be more honest? You're so honest already. Like you can't be more honest with people. What the fuck, dude? Like,
I know, dude.
You're gonna get us all in trouble, Brian.
You did say you want to do the members only chat so you can talk shit. That's fine. Like that's fine. Like
we can talk shit right now, man.
We can rip the tape off and go. But like you're honest all the time. Like that's your MO, and that's why people like you and like what we do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I think Leg had a good point when he said, don't let a couple people fuck it up. It's just like we're just talking about a couple comments. It's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But go to bigclutch.com and buy my variants right now.
Speaking of that, speaking about that, I'm going to shill for Clutch real quick because
it's pretty awesome.
It's probably the best one.
He dropped
it's like the most Pete of these covers where it's just like crazy weird Pete, which I love. Because it's like,
come on.
So this is the final Pete Carroll cover, and this is a perfect example, Clutch. We fell in love with Pete Carroll's art live on the show. Here's another thing. If you guys follow Beyond Wednesdays, you'll see us when we find a lot of these artists live on the show. And the moment where we found him, it's happened to everybody. It's happened with Mark, where we were just clicking through Kickstarter one day on a show, and I went, oh, who's this guy's art? Happened with Sveta. We're going through Instagram. I want to show you some new artists I fell in love with. Look at this art. It happened with Pete. And reached out to Pete and said, hey, we'd love to. Clutch said, I'd love to see you do some Exquisite Corpses covers. And Pete did the first Exquisite Corpses, and Clutch went out on a limb and said, let's do all 13. And here's the final. This is what it all comes down to. The final Pete Carroll Exquisite Corpses issue for the first volume, which is fucking gnarly, bro.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And also, I mean, retailers watch for those artists, right? Like, it's pretty freaking clear. Like somebody gets brought up, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like we know.
Arbiters
we rise up. Yeah,
it's because
we rise out. Nobody says thank you.
Boss, yeah.
Nobody says thank you. But I'll tell you what, like, there's been a great job, but like at the same time, that just goes to show you when if an artist comes up on here and then somebody else drops a cover well before us, we don't have that many.
Yeah.
Then there you go. It just goes to show you something.
Yeah.
But that's good. All of us want artists to work. We want them to get work. We want them to get popular. This whole thing, this is a microcosm, man. This isn't sports. This is comic books, dude. Where are we on the eBay totem pole?
Talking about
damn near
practice.
last. Okay,
Talking
we're
about
nothing. We're not
practice.
coins. We're not coins. We're not cards.
stamps.
We're not Rolexes. We're not Pokemon. All right. This is the people that like comics. It's our little incestuous community that we have going where people know each other. And then the awesome part of that is we get to meet our heroes. Right. I get to meet,
for sure.
I'm not like he's my friend, but I get to meet Todd McFarlane. Right.
Yep.
I get to you get Brian gets Rob Liefeld on a show. All right.
Yeah.
These are our people, and that's all that. And then you know what? Artists turns out they're just regular people who just have more talent in especially one area than we seem to have. You know, and we're people with an eye for that talent generally, and who enjoy the medium and figure out a way to make money or to make a living with that medium. That's it, man.
Yeah.
This is it. We are so small. The money that flows in and out, the amount of people being $10 comic cops being like, you're not gonna make money if you buy Absolute Batman for $19.99. You're not gonna make money. You know what? Not everybody needs to make money. Some people just like to buy things, and they have $20 and they like their life, or they have $1,000 and they can get a 9.8 Dan Quintana and Snyder and Dragata or whatever they want, right? And that's, you know what? That's probably why they go to work, is to make themselves happy and buy what they want, not to have everybody tell them that it's not going to double in value, that it might not be the best investment. Not everybody cares if it's an investment or not. You hang it on your wall and they just don't care. You know, some people only 9.8s, some people don't give a shit as long as they have the cover. You know, and I've had people like with the Sveta book, there were some damages and things like that. And I said, I can't, there's some damaged copies. People are like, no, I don't care. Or like, if I give it to a friend of mine, you know, I'll be like, hey, we did this great Elvira book. I know you love Elvira, right? You know, something like that. They don't care if there's a bend on the back of the book. They're just happy, right? They're just happy. Yeah. So,
look at that, Namesh.
People just to enjoy what they want and quit nitpicking the microcosm, little tiny universe that we have here together, and just enjoy it. Enjoy it to the best you can. If somebody makes a few bucks,
Namesh?
You know, then okay.
Shout out to Namesh with that super chat. He says, "I'm still waiting to meet my hero Red Hood one day."
I'll tell you, Namesh is a good man. I'll tell you what, man.
He is. And he has some sick
probably
guitars.
He's probably tired of sick of meeting me. He's met me at least twice. But I was going to ask Joe real quick. I mean, could you have ever imagined that like J. Scott Campbell would have made a video being like, "Hey, where are you, bro?" Like,
man, I'll tell you that was the scene when I saw that. That was for sure.
Speaking of our roots, you know, we come where our roots are is speculation. Like Leg was saying, you know, we come from CBSI, Tales from the Flip Side, speculation. That's why we got into this game. You know, here's a couple dollar books that you can go buy and flip to buy your X-Men 1 Grail or you know, something. And
yeah, that's how it started, man. You know, it's like
I come from something called comic book speculation and investing, comicbookinvest.com. Unpressable defects, knowing that you know how to press comic books, right? Yeah. Tales from the Flip Side. It means flipping things for money. Okay, that's what's going on. Beyond Wednesdays, we talk about all kinds of shit. That's why there's a market report every week. Look at this shit that sells for more money.
Yep. And one of the things that we talk about in the past has been option news and stuff, and it always. You'll see a rise and eventually a fall at some point for that comic. But speaking of Pete Carroll, one of the books that really shined this last year from Pete was the Barbaric, the Black Knight #1 variant.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I believe this is the same series. Barbaric is getting a Netflix adaptation. That's fucking awesome. And there's the Murder Axe. So,
it's
like,
so good.
This is what's interesting right here. And I'm going to say a couple things that people are going to be like, Brian, you're thinking way too much here. But if this series takes off, there's something very similar to this series and a little dork series, right? That is kind of a little similar. So if this series takes off, maybe dork could be option news could be around the corner. The things that really stand out to me are these kind of like storytelling things of a murderous axe and a murderous shield that does things on their own or cause you to do crazy things. That's fun storytelling, you know, and you can put it across all different types of universes and timelines, and it could be very interesting to see how this plays out. So, for all you fans of Barbaric, there was lots of that series around throughout the years. It goes all the way back to 2021, I believe. Let me see here. With this series right here, the original Barbaric series. There we go. So that's from 2021. So be on the lookout spec-wise. It might be something. I'm sure there's that maybe Vault found this somewhere else. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll say James Kreider's name again if maybe there's something that he knows of out there where the real first appearance of this universe comes from. So, you know, keep a lookout for that in the speculation world. All right, let's go to new releases. Shout out to our boys over at Cover Price, who all are doing a great job over there. This is, of course, the 100 plus amount of Absolute Batman number 20, where there is a huge amount of damage to this, and we talked about this last night on the industry show, where DC has made some arrangements where they're going to do a second print. They're going to send it out, I believe, for free to everybody that bought the first ones. Is that correct? Do you guys know? Have you guys gotten that email maybe yet? Clutch, have you gotten that email?
Yep.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Did you get damages, Clutch?
Yeah, I mean they all had damages. I mean all the 8 covers and even the covers underneath the cardstock covers of the variants, but like varying degrees. Like the A's that weren't covered had more, but it all happened before they put the covers on for the extra variants and stuff. So you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's pretty terrible. I mean, it's sales seem to be going fine for everybody else. You know, they're doing their stuff, and I don't think people are really as like hung up on it as it could be, especially when it comes to the variant, because they just know. They're like, you know, you're also the outer cover, right? The cardstock cover, those are not damaged, so no one's going to give a crap when it comes to those. So
mine still were kind of crappy. All my
dude, that cover's dope.
There,
yeah.
bad.
Look at this cover.
Hey, did Clutch? Did you get any dorks? The new dork?
No, I don't think
was that on the list?
That was on the list. Yeah.
It is okay. It's got the same exact damage, like literally identical to the Batman 20.
I mean, they're both printed at the same company, so
yeah.
Here's all the variants. There's some really good variants for that.
Fucking pussies,
look at that, dude. Look at this Mark Brooks, bro. What did you guys think about this?
Cover.
I didn't like it at the start, but now I think it's my favorite color out of the batch.
I'm with you on that. I feel the exact same. I didn't like it when I first saw it, but now I fucking love it.
It's so different than anything else. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Mark Brooks is he is a beast. And this is from an artist, Javi Fernandez, and I really like that. It's really good.
To try and get Mark Brooks on the show, man.
Yeah, I think that is something we definitely need to do. Here's the glow in the dark.
I mean, that's your boy, dude. You know?
Yeah, I love his art, man. I love his art. I one of the books that was in the Stein packs this year was that beautiful roller derby cover he did for A-Force, which was so good.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? So. Lots of variants. You know, pick your best one. I think the Godtail was really good. The Rochelle Lynn one is very interesting. Very Rochelle Lynn style that I like that. And again,
give a shout out to our friends right there.
Who is it? KRS?
Right there. Left.
Oh, Wanted Comics. Yeah, look at that.
Nubovich
and Rabbit.
Wanted and Rabbit. Nice damn book.
Yeah.
Check the Review Lives. Shilling for friends. Blatantly shilling for friends if you would like to know.
Yeah, shill.
Shill away, baby. Shill away.
Shill.
There's a Scotty Young connecting cover. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Here's, and I've said this before. I said it's hard to do covers for this issue because the mechs are so big. But this is one where because the mechs are big, I like it. It works for Scotty Young on this one.
And I wonder also when people started, thinking that they're going to do the variant, because I remember the first question everybody asked was like, which Robin is it going to be? You know what I mean? And
it's all of them, but Damien.
I'm pretty sure that's when people started doing. I know now, but I mean, the first question was.
Yeah, I got you. I get you now. Yeah.
And then I think that's probably when people started doing it. Like, oh, we're gonna get the first Robin. I bet it's got to be Dick. It's got to be Dick. Sorry, don't clip that, by the way.
Oh no, you're dead beat, bro.
Yeah.
Just put him on.
That's gonna be a gift, dude, forever.
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
At least you don't have thumbnails where you're like this on the cover.
My god, dude.
Welcome to the soundboard, right, Clutch?
If Big Leg wasn't 6'10", dude, I'd be on it right now, bro.
But this is a cover we talked about when Tim was on that I also really like. I think Tim did a really good job the way that he utilized the mechs in a different way, where he put them behind, like the schematics, so you still see they're big, but it's got to have Batman on it. Look how good that Batman is. That's so good.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's up there. It's top 5.
Yeah,
it's got to be Dick.
A Martian Manhunter was the other book that was damaged, and Barbara Gordon.
That'd be a badass shirt, dude. That'd be a better. It's got to be Dick, and you have Dick Grayson on the back, dude.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, bro.
Hey, you ain't even got to pay me, bro. I just come up with these ideas.
By the way, my grandfather's name was Dick.
I love.
Nah, don't weasel out of it, dude, bro. Come on.
I love covers that homage the Da Vinci. What is it? Not Omni Man, Vitruvian Man.
Yep.
I love covers that do that. And this is a really freaking good cover for Fury of Firestorm #2. This is the Della Torre A cover. Damn, that's good. And then there's a Mark. We got another Mark cover for that, and he told us that Firestorm is one of his favorite characters that he always wanted to draw. So
it's so good.
I really like the Rossmo and the Sanford Green. Man, all the covers for this are good this week. I haven't checked out the issue #1 yet, though. I got to check it out. There's the Fourniers Greed for Orange Lantern cover. That one's cool. Really love the Sophie Campbell regular cover. We talked about that when we first saw it. Let's see here. All right, Marvel. You've got the Bjorn Barons. That's kind of crazy for the Amazing Spider-Man Venom Death Spiral body count issue.
Wow.
Here body count. I see the body count. And I think of Ice-T.
Dude, I got to see him live.
I did too. I feel like at like it was either like at Lollapalooza or something, some event, Ozfest or something like that. I saw him. I want to say
I saw him in Austin at Fun Fest. But the cool part was body count play, but also Ice-T performed too.
Did he do 6 in the morning?
I can't remember if he did or not. It was too long ago. But the cool part is he has an alter ego whenever he goes into body count. Ice-T does not exist. It's it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's hardcore. Look at this Momoko. What do you guys think about this Momoko for Black Cat #10?
It's pretty good. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
She's her recent art has really.
Yeah.
It's been some of my favorite stuff that she's put out.
Dude, I love the eyeball one, dude. I got my other 3 in the mail, dude. I think that eyeball one's going to be worth some money.
And at some point,
I feel like it's because she's not taking on as much work as she once was when she was first getting really out there, right? So I feel like she has more time to, work on a piece instead of just being rushed to make deadlines.
Great point.
All the time.
Great point.
I used to own her original black cat, the one where she's surrounded by jewels. I own that original original art. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. I remember that. Yeah.
I unfortunately had to sell it during times when we had to sell stuff. So
Yeah.
no longer here.
I like this DK Ruan 1 in 25 for Captain America 11. You got all your Magic the Gathering cards. This EM Gist. Second print on the Garbett for Daredevil number 1. Stegman second print 1 in 25 for Daredevil number 1. That's okay.
I can't believe these Magic variant covers have got me to start buying Magic cards again.
That made
I would
me
have
double.
never thought of.
This almost has a little bit of J. Scott Campbell in it.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be excited when I start playing again.
You can start playing Magic. Shout out to Alex, bro. Thank you, bro.
It's been a long time.
Shouldn't have left you.
I'm sure my brother can easily convince me at some point in time, and then I'll surprise Clutch one day.
Ooh. Jeff Shaw, what if Iron Man?
That's cool.
What if Iron Man's Extremist was a symbiote? That's sick.
But I wouldn't buy
it. I love this Fournier's.
Every book, that's pretty good, but don't buy it.
That's pretty good, but don't buy it. This one's excellent. I could see this being a sneaky spec play too. Really good coloring. I love the different colored wires and old school Iron Man look.
It's got that Walt Simonson feel.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
that's
Simonson, man.
That's a Shellhead cover.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. There's the Spider-Man Iron Spider suit, which is so great.
And let's go Cleveland. So then beat Detroit.
Really?
Beat Detroit, right?
Let's see here. They were number 1 in the East, weren't they? Detroit?
Yeah. They took them to overtime, man. Cleveland was down by like 8 points.
This is gorgeous. Basketball. This is gorgeous. Zoltan Boros, Cosmic Spider-Man. That's fucking sick. Let's see here. That's a cool, spectacular Spider-Man Brand New Day number 1. Brand New Day number 1. Is this a new series? That's a badass negative. Mr. Negative cover. That character's so dope. There's another one, the Mike McCone. Putri Darth Maul. We talked about that the other day. That's pretty good. Dodson 1 in 25 for Ultimate Endgame number 4. Let's see here. Really good. Javier Charo. Look at this. That cover is fucking excellent too. Holy cow. A lot of these guys are got to be Magic artists, right? I imagine. I'm going to look. Here's how it happens, you guys. Real time. See an artist?
Real time rabbit hole?
Yeah, real time rabbit hole. Yeah, you can tell he's a card art guy.
Yeah. That's good.
That's so good.
Yeah, the stuff with the restrictions that Marvel and licensors have on this stuff is so rough for these Magic artists. I feel pretty bad.
It is, and I didn't know about that until talking with some of the Magic the artists that are working on Magic cards, where you can't work big and go down. You have to work on the small level, which is very interesting. They like that when you work on a smaller, if that makes sense. You only have a certain area that they want the art to be in, and they want it to be a certain style. That's a little bit...
Well, some of the newer ones they do bigger stuff. You know, yeah. I mean, they've had some pretty large pieces too. I think it just depends on what level artist you are. If you're working on a big marquee card, they let you do something big. But just moreover, I'm talking about you can't sell prints and you can't do
yeah.
you can't make any of that stuff because it's a licensed work. So like a lot of the magic artists, when they're doing a Wizards title, you know, with an actual IP that they, you know, their own in-house magic IP, they can make, you know, play mats, and they can do, you know, sell their you know, artist proofs and do sketches, all that stuff like that. But you don't get to do that with any of the Marvel stuff. You don't get to do prints. You can't do any of that other stuff. So you're just kind of like SOL. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And you can't if you do. Also, if you're a digital artist, it really hampers you too, because you can sell your original painting, but you can't sell any prints of it. So you have like one shot to do something. So
yep,
it's rough.
Blood and Thunder. You got a new 5th print for Dork, and number 4 is out, and you got this really good Jay Gonzo cover. Another good Jay Gonzo cover. Love his style. It's cool. I haven't read 3 or 4, so I gotta go back and read 3 or 4. Supposedly this new character right here is really crazy. This 3-headed dog thing. It's pretty good. Scotty Young. Here we go right here. That's cool. Don McTague did a Department of Truth. Ben Templesmith did a 1 in 10.
Ben Templesmith will be there this weekend at the con.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, here's got a nice little slot of books. I never met him before.
I could see this book being a big book. The Fireborn foil 2nd print Absolute Batman, depending on how this looks. Has anybody seen this yet?
I mean, it's the 2nd print. I haven't seen them. It was it's the same cover. I haven't seen the foil though. I didn't buy it either time. But I don't know. They put a lot of love behind Fireborn, so
yeah. Oh man, that's a cool cover, but people are gonna be so pissed that they can't get it. Oh, look at that! Look at the Jonathan Knight, beautiful. Same with the Steve Beach. Oh, I love
pretty.
That. I love this one too. So good. Geiger, Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper has this beautiful Jay Anacleto. Look at that. It's a 1 in 25, man. That's going to be heat. Fun
yeah,
series.
I wouldn't buy that one.
Tiger's Island number 3. You got, I like the Uncle Ewan. That one's kind of crazy. That one's a little not safe for work, to say the least. Transformers number 32. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to have to read it.
I just got my comps in. I need to read it too.
Yeah, Transformers is so good. Interesting Witchblade. We talked about this when we first saw it. This could be good. Yeah, this could be interesting. And it feels like remember was his name Mark Ryden? He was an artist. Was that his name? Mark Ryden?
Yeah, Mark Ryden.
Yeah.
Big head. Big eyes.
Yeah. I was so big into Mark Ryden art back in the day, dude. Like he's got such cool style. Creepy, but very like not pristine, but it feels like it should be on like porcelain. You know what I mean? Isn't that just
very surrealist?
Yeah. Yeah. He was huge back in the day, man. Huge. So that this book feels very much like Mark Ryden kind of to me. Those big eyes. There's a 1 in 50 black and white. Megalith, Olympus Saga, number 1. Louis LaRosa. Oddballs Odyssey, 1 in 50 Treasury of the Tony Millionaire book. Love this one. Doing the old
Bjorn
school.
Barons is pretty sick.
The Bjorn Barons, yeah.
From Comics Elite. Chill.
Let's see here.
Are you saying chill or chill?
These are all
Right,
the
every book we say #chill.
The original art editions are so good because you can really see that Louis LaRosa pencil work. Look at that. Be interesting to see if these show up on the hot lists because they're all very limited, if I'm not mistaken. And it's every page in the book they did a cover for. Damn, that art is so good. I feel like the pencil is much better than the coloring, you know?
Was this the book you had to order it weird to get every single cover?
I'm not sure. I always can't remember exactly how this worked out. We've talked about it 100 times. And at first I thought they were going to give away the original art pages, but I'm going to reach out to Sienna and Dinesh and ask them. I would love to hear what they have to say about like what is the response to these. You know, it's very beautiful.
Yeah, because I can't remember if Sienna talked about it on one of the shows or if I listened to one of their panels like at C2E2 a couple years ago when they talked about exactly how this was going to go down.
Yeah. Damn, that's beautiful. All right, what else? Olympus Slogan Megalith. All right, here we go. Dynamite. Big winners of the week with the Ben 10 craziness, which is awesome for them. A lot of bringing in that young crowd, which I think is great. We need to do that. Figure out a way to do it. And it sounds like Ben 10 is working that angle a little bit. Old school animation art for Thundercats, Silverhawks, Chuma Hill, Perillo. Ignition Press. You got a new ash can for Airwalker. That looks interesting. Arcadia number 5. There's another ash can for the Dog Sitter. New series there. Just Brutal number 3. I love the Corona art on that. Innards number 1. Rob Guillory. Showdown number 1. There's the Tyler Rake series. And Voyeur number 5. Here's Boom. Beautiful Rebecca Puebla every freaking week. Look at the Frizen. That's
Have
awesome.
you seen the black and white one?
Yeah.
From Boom Direct.
Yeah. I like the color. It's the blood.
I've seen one you guys haven't seen.
The original art?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I want one of these so bad, dude.
Dude, those sold out so fast today. I was so pissed. I totally forgot and I missed it.
Yeah, I clicked the link at like, I'm on East Coast, so I think it dropped at like 11 o'clock. And I looked at it at 11:20 or 11:30. I can't remember. And I was like, because last night, the first one, you know, it took like an hour before it sold out.
I didn't get either of them. I'm going to have to go on the secondary market and buy these fuckers.
Well, I have my spare 46, so I missed out on this. So if anyone has an extra 47 and missed out on it, I'll trade you a 46 for a 47.
I wonder who has the original art to this, because this original art is perfect.
I got to see it, and I did. Annabelle did send me a price for I think for a couple of these, and it was a little too rich for my blood.
Interesting. I would still love to own it.
Hey, at least it was for sale, unlike all the new ones we'll never be able to see.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had asked, and it was actually sold out. It had already sold, and then I got to preview some of the other stuff that's released already at this point now.
This is the 1 in 50. That's going to be a good cover on the secondary market. Titan, Dead by Daylight #2. Lenore. Shout out to all the Roman Dirge fans. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #18.
I'm looking for that Brett Bean variant. If anybody has one.
This one right here.
Yep.
It's cool.
It's not going to stay at that price.
Yeah. Oni Press.
Can't find it.
Destination Kill #1.
Was that the one that was directly from IDW though? Did you check that website?
It was a retailer incentive.
It's 1 in 50.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 1 in 50?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Dark Horse, Masters of the Universe #5. Hidden Springs #1. Got a lot of good covers for that. That Marguerite Sauvage A cover's good. Pi Par. Nectar. You got a third print of #1. They're killing that Wayshack with all these. Every print has a new Jonathan Wayshack one. They're killing it. In a bad way. Jason Sean Alexander, though, that's a good cover. And there's a Suspiria second print that you can see on her.
It's the same cover.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different one. I ordered a bunch. It's identical.
Here's the Mega Man Nintendo variant again for issue #3. Ooh, there's a Souza Micah. This is for Tasena #1. Is this maybe a Kickstarter? I don't know. No, 1 in 15. It just looks like the Souza Micah variant for it. That's a cool cover.
And I heard she's not doing a signing with CGC Private.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking. I wasn't trying to promote it, but I'm trying to promote it.
Talaski. Erotic Press. Ooh, Dren Productions getting me. That's art. That was art. That was a cover, Google. It was a cover. I love
And this is why I'm on my phone and not my work computer.
Jack Kirby collector. You guys saw the Jack Kirby Way street naming in New York. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Stranko was there.
So we're each going to buy a copy first time?
I love this cover. Look at this, dude. Drumsticks of Doom 1 in 5. Look how Jonathan Lamontia. Oh my gosh, is that good?
Total blacklight poster.
Yeah, bro. That's sick. Perillo Wake Entertainment for Essentia, which is kind of a weird cover. And that is New Comic Book Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Fucking A. No real big market report tonight, but I did wanted to bring up a couple of things. Did you guys see this? What Luke Skywalker 77?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, but who bought that? It was like, wasn't it someone notable or whatever? Like some weird influencer that's starting to get into Star Wars cards now.
I don't know, but man, this card was probably like a $100 PSA 10 years ago, bro. At the most, you know?
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I think it's like a pop 2 or something like that. It's really low.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong then. Okay, if it's a pop 2, then that makes sense. But
I think I saw a video on it and they said like the population report was like really tiny.
Okay, that makes sense then. But I feel like these in high grade, there's probably some.
Just settle for a 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I sold my Bo Jackson PSA 10 and I just bought a 9. You know what I mean? Because 9s are like a tenth of the price. I'm okay with having a 9.
Yeah.
I think I have like an SCG 9.
All right, this is kind of crazy. Did you guys see this?
The trading card brand Topps posted this on X, announcing that a one-of-one signed Helen Keller autograph card just sold for $3,551 on eBay. Helen Keller was born in 1880, and Topps wasn't invented until 1938. So people were wondering, how did she sign this one-of-one card? So if you didn't know, there are such cards called cut autograph or cut signature cards, where a trading card will feature an authentic signature that is cut or clipped from a document and then embedded into the card, and it's typically used for deceased historical figures like Helen Keller. People were also pretty astonished that the card only sold for around $3,500.
That's what surprised me.
Yeah.
Right?
So did you see what happened after this Topps posted this video?
Well, this isn't from Topps. Oh, it was. This is from
TMZ.
Worse.
No. So that was originally posted by Topps. They posted it on their Instagram, Facebook, all that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So that's just like some random person talking over the video, right? So anyway,
No, that's what
Topps posted.
They posted the random person talking over the video, or just the video showing the card?
No, this is.
Go ahead.
The girl is not the video that Topps posted.
Okay.
She's commenting about their video.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's on the TMZ thing, so she's a TMZ reporter.
Right. So after Topps posted, that card showed up at a card show. I forget which one. And the guy that bought it, he had it at the card show in his showcase. Someone came up to it, an influencer came up to him. It was like, hey, do you know your card is like on the Topps Instagram page right now? And the guy was like, oh, I had no idea, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of people started talking about it, but like, hey, it sold for this much. And he was the one that bought it. It was just a seller. And then, they approached him and he's like, oh. So I thought it was kind of funny that, someone selling that card at a show had just bought it, and then everyone's talking about it, right?
Yeah. Price of the brick has gone up, baby.
Things move fast.
Yeah,
Add an extra
he
zero
probably
on that.
Exactly, right?
That's cool, dude. That's really cool. And then, hold on here. There's another one I wanted to show you. Is it on here? Might be on here. Oh, this is it. Remember how we talked about Vince Locke doing those sick ass Swamp Thing remarks? He's going to be at Motor City Comic Con, you guys. Okay.
That's like this weekend, right?
$30 remarks. And his remarks are so damn good. It's unreal. Headshots $125.
Those are like people's commissions.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like these are, I want a Swamp Thing remark or commission from him so bad. Look how good that is.
So clean.
Yeah. Fucking OG right there, man. He's working hard on this.
Too.
But his remarks are 30. I don't think his sketches are 30.
His remarks are 30. His sketches are 125 for a headshot and a 3/4 figure 250.
Oh, okay. Those are samples of his commissions. Got it.
So, and yeah, that's right. Vince Locke going to be part of issue 2 of the Dreadful
Issue
3.
2.
Yeah.
We'll have some images for it. Well, I mean, it's already done. It's already finished. Sveta did the coloring. Actually, Sveta did the coloring for it, so it's pretty good.
Here's him.
Oh, nice.
Doing remarks and stuff. I mean, look at that.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
how fucking
That's awesome.
good that is. Like a real, like one of the guys that I remember seeing as a teenager in those old school horror books and just thinking, holy shit, dude, this guy needs to be doing Cannibal Corpse covers.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Anything you guys got? You guys got anything coming up this week or anything going on interesting?
Fulfillment word right there.
You're busy.
6,000 books need to be fulfilled. No.
I'm gonna wait till Saturday to show my pickups from everything I got in Georgia.
All right.
But yeah, I found some pretty cool stuff out here.
You're in Gainesville, right?
Yep, I'm in Gainesville.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I was at Lake Lanier today, so that was kind of fun.
Where was Hood at?
Austin.
He's in Austin.
And then he's going to Vegas.
Oh, okay. I know why he's going to Vegas. This is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So I do have one final thing I want to talk about tonight, and that is Youngblood number 100. Did you guys see this? All these cover, all the variant covers for Youngblood 100. He's got all the OG image guys, which is cool. But look at this, Robert Kirkman cover for Youngblood.
Hell yeah,
that's fucking dope right there, dude.
Look at that guy.
Right?
Uh-oh. He's gonna become a double triple threat now at this point, right?
5-tool player, baby.
Yeah. So here's what's interesting for those of you guys that don't know. Robert kind of started off as an artist. I remember buying the early Funkatron stuff, the Battle Pope stuff, and I think it's issue 1 or issue 2 of Battle Pope. In the back, it's him and Tony just kind of talking about creating it, and there's a story in there where I think Tony's telling the story about how he originally met Robert, and Robert was doing the art for the story, and that's how he met him, and Robert did a bunch of art for the original Battle Pope stuff. So it's kind of cool to see him go back to his roots. And
they knew each other from like elementary school.
Yeah
But Robert drew a lot of stuff. It's pretty amazing to watch him. Like he would do a lot of the early, like if he had an idea for a cover, he's like, oh, this is what I want the cover to look like. I've seen some of his early sketches and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, it's pretty cool. Yeah. He also did like layouts for a lot of his early books and stuff. And he, I think a couple years ago, he did that, Gunslinger Spawn? He did a Gunslinger Spawn cover, I think.
Look at what I got, dude. This is crazy.
Look at that Battle Pope.
It was sitting right behind me. So this is the original Battle Pope Funkatron series, right? So check this out. I love this. This is one of my favorite all-time comics, you guys.
Hell yeah,
fucking funny, dude. Absolutely so fucking funny. And basically what it's about is it's Armageddon, and the god doesn't have a warrior on Earth, and the Pope, who's the Pope, is a fucking piece of shit. Like he just became Pope so he could go bang chicks and be rich, and he's a complete degen. And God's like, I'm going to give you superpowers because you're the only thing on the earth that's going to be able to fight these demons right now because you're my, pontiff. But look at this early art. Like this is, I'll tell you what it says. As an added bonus, we're offering a glimpse into our extensive sketchbook. Take a quick peek at a bunch of the goodies. And this is like early Robert art on a lot of this stuff for Battle Pope. Fucking cool, bro.
So cool.
It like such this is why I love self-publish. This was all self-published stuff, and I would love to find out, like, look how good that is, dude. Like I love how they put the old. I think that John Boy has a pinup in one of these old school Battle Popes, if I'm not mistaken. But let me see.
Yeah, like Robert, they worked with so many guys back in the day from like the Pencil Jack forums, like all those dudes. Like, I mean, I wish I was smart enough or smarter. I would love to do like a big, like, and look into all those dudes, because it's like there are so many talented guys that came out of that group.
You're 100%. We should do that, Clutch. We should figure out a way to like do a deep dive on that, bro.
Can I show you? Can I show you this is probably the rarest Battle Pope thing besides your original art.
What is this?
Oh no.
Ash can.
Ash can.
This is the cheesy photocopy preview edition,
bro,
that Robert made up for. This is how he sent this off to Diamond. He made like 10 copies, maybe 20 copies, maybe. Photocopied them off and sent them to Diamond to say, "Hey, I'm making comic books. Can I publish my comic book through your company?"
I have never even heard of that, bro.
Yeah.
New Grail.
There's only a handful that exist still.
New Grail targeted, baby. That is the new Grail on my list.
there's I think this is the only graded copy. This might be the only graded copy ever at this point. Because I got this right from Robert and I got it. I was able to submit it with CDC directly.
This is why I fucking love. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Why I love this show and this type of thing. You know, talking about the comics we love, because you find out new things.
So cool.
I didn't know about that. Battle Pope is one of my favorite all-time things, and I had no idea about that. Listen to this. So this is from Tony when he wrote in the back. He goes, Robert Kirkman is a freaking godsend. In the 7th grade, I loved comics and drawing, but wasn't a real collector. He had just started, and when we met, he started introducing me into all sorts of stuff I had never seen, including the mind-boggling concept of a store that sold nothing but comics. From that point on, I was certain this was my mission in life. Time went on, we remained friends, and I pursued drawing. Through my studies, we were more along the fine arts vein, and I was slaving on what felt like a dead-end project for an indie publisher that hadn't contacted me in over 3 months. I was tired of standing still. Next thing I know, Bobo had invited me over. Is Bobo like a nickname for him? Bobo had invited me over, and I was introducing me to one of the funniest damn ideas I had ever heard in a long time. I was stoked. I had started sketching my first Pope before he could even finish describing him to me. Dude, like, I want to know what that first comic is. That I wonder if it ever went through or not. But that's the type of stuff I love, that we find out about history in the back of their first published comic. This is the first published Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore comic work right here. Here's the back cover. Pretty cool. Love it. That's what we love, you guys. I want to say thank you to everybody that's hung out with us tonight, that joined us early, 2 hours early, to come and be introduced to Andrew Tarusov all the way from Paris, France. He was just amazing, and he stayed up till 2 a.m., ultimately almost 4 a.m. at his time, to jump on and talk to us, and I can't thank him enough for that. And again, everybody that's hanging out in the live chat, we love you guys, and thank you for supporting this channel. And ultimately, I want to let you guys know that, again, the main reason we do this is because we get to hang out with our friends and bullshit about comics. The second reason we do it is because we respect you guys, and we hear you guys loud and clear, and constructive criticism will always be respected over here. And I appreciate you guys. More to come in the members only videos. Shout out to John with that super chat. Come hang out with us backstage, John. We'll see you guys soon. Adios.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.